welcome to the 56th Annual West Tennessee Strawberry Festival in Humboldt, Tennessee. A beautiful day for a parade as we have possibly up to 80 to 100,000 people along the sides of the road here on the parade route waiting for the beginning of the parade for the Strawberry Festival. Hello, I'm Charlie Neese, and with me is Keith Schuler, who was the president of the 53rd Humboldt Strawberry Festival. Welcome, and I'm set up for a great day for a parade.
Beautiful day, Charlie. We're glad to have WLJT here for the 56th West Tennessee Strawberry Festival, and this is my third year of working with WLJT, and I've enjoyed it, and I'm very pleased that they've asked me to come back again. You're the third person I've worked with doing this.
3 years and 3 people, but
right.
Glad to have you back. And I was about to say, if you've been watching the Strawberry Festival, you'll recognize him, and we're glad to have you, Mr. Schuler. And right now, the very beginning of the parade, it's just now getting underway. Again, a beautiful day, much like the Paris Fish Fry. And then last week, not so great with the Iris Festival, but still, nonetheless, the rain held off. And now, another gorgeous day for the Humboldt Strawberry Festival Parade. Right now, of course, you're seeing the police, sheriff, and highway patrol officers as they kick off the parade, followed by the color guard.
And right behind the color guard are the welcome girls with the banner, welcome to the West Tennessee Strawberry Festival. And this year there are 3 young ladies carrying that banner. They are Elizabeth Lucky, Jody Meals, and Rachel Jones.
Of course, at the beginning of the parade, folks with the strawberries walk up to the Dignitary stand and have some of those delicious strawberries.
That Mr. Chris is down there right in front of the reviewing stand with his tray of strawberries to be passing out to the governor and the other dignitaries here.
And this is one of the largest parades here in West Tennessee, one of the largest.
This is the granddaddy of them all.
Granddaddy of them all. 56 years, and I guess there were a couple of years during the war. That was the only time that they didn't have the Strawberry Festival, during World War II.
Right, but 4 years, and it's been going on ever since. This parade festival is a culmination of a lot of people in the city working together, pulling together, making this what it is. Great, great event.
And we're getting set for the first band of the Strawberry Festival Parade.
This is the Humboldt Band coming right now. And this year they're marching without their field commander, Lisa Schuler. Lisa was very, very fortunate to be chosen the Hostess Princess this year, and so she'll be riding that float.
And I'm sure you're proud of her.
She also happens to be my daughter.
Yes. And he's
my
glowing
wife,
with
Ruby,
pride.
and I are very, very proud of her.
Glowing with pride.
The Humboldt Band is an excellent band. All these young ladies and men do a lot of work, and to me they're excellent. David Keltz, the band director, does a fantastic job, and also the students really like David. He works very well with them, and they do a good job. Excellent job.
Well, congratulations to your daughter.
Thank you very much.
And as we have, we've even had helicopters. Not only do we have folks along the road here, we have helicopters flying overhead to kick off the parade. Get ready. As you can see, there are many, many, many people lining the parade. A full, well, the city of Humboldt has grown by leaps and bounds for this morning's parade. And of course, the festival's been going on all week long, and very successful, as I understand it.
Oh yes, last night was the Tennessee Walking Horse Show, and that was very successful. And really, this year, so far, I've been very fortunate with the weather. The good Lord has blessed the city of Humboldt with good weather for the whole week.
All week long. All week long. A little
the
rain.
festival started out Monday with the opening ceremonies. We had that inside this year at the gymnasium. And entertainment was provided by Rayburn Anthony, and the fireworks followed. That was done at Barker Memorial Stadium at the high school.
I've heard a lot of people talking around, even folks in Jackson. It's been a big deal down there too. People have been coming up here off and on throughout the week to Humboldt to take part in the activities here at the festival. And again, 56 years. It's not a new deal. It's been going on, and I guess that just goes to show how popular it's been over the years to still be going this strong. And this is, if I'm not mistaken, I heard yesterday that they were expecting one of the largest crowds, if not the largest.
Yes, with the weather the way it is, it could be the largest crowd. Plus this year, we'll have a lot of the politicians here. We'll have the 3-4 gentlemen that are already announced to run for governor. Well, right now, I'll be quiet, Charlie, and we'll listen to the Humboldt Band. Go on.
Wow. A great show there by the Humboldt High School Band. The crowd really enjoying it.
Great job.
Great job. Great way to kick off the Strawberry Festival Parade this morning.
I'd like to say congratulations to David Kelts. Fantastic job, David.
Absolutely.
These young men and women, excellent job.
And we have
Humboldt's very proud of the Humboldt High School Marching Band.
And the Humboldt Band is one of the many that will be participating in today's parade from all over the state.
Absolutely.
We have folks here from Nashville, from the Memphis area, all across West Tennessee, and even in parts of Middle Tennessee.
Yes.
It's going to be a great day and a great parade. Just now getting underway. If you've just joined us, sit back, relax, and enjoy the 56th Annual West Tennessee Strawberry Festival Parade from Humboldt, Tennessee. And
coming up now, I would assume this is the governor, Charlie.
I think so. Of course, the governor, a big participant in the parades here in West Tennessee. He's been in parades for the last 3 weekends.
He's a busy man this time of year with festivals, parades.
Of course, last week he was in his hometown of Dresden.
He's coming through here in this Eldorado. Mr. Curtis King behind the wheel. Looks like Mr. Jimmy Leach in the front seat. And there's Governor Ned Ray McWhirter stopping to get some strawberries from Mr. Chris.
Can't miss the strawberries.
I think Mr. Chris is what I would say a tradition here at the festival, passing out the strawberries.
And there he goes eating them. Really enjoying it. Now we have...
Coming up now is Senator Sasser.
He's also been participating in some West Tennessee parades over the past couple of weekends.
Yeah, very, very happy to have U.S. Senator James Sasser with us.
You see he's getting his strawberries. A big part of the parade. All the dignitaries and guests have the strawberries as he waves off to the crowd there. Enjoying himself.
Oh, yes. Beautiful day.
Gorgeous day.
That's quite the vehicle he's riding in.
Yes,
there.
it is. Yes, it is.
And now the parade has stopped again. Now we'll be coming up with 3 cars with politicians.
And it's the Deputy Governor
Jim Kennedy.
Jim Kennedy. And then behind him is Senator Harlan Matthews, who filled the vacated seat of
Albert Gore.
Albert Gore, our now Vice President. And Mr. Matthews doing a good job up in Washington, filling the vacated seat.
I would be remiss if I didn't say something about Chuck Graves' Chevy Olds Cadillac in Humboldt, Tennessee. We're very, very fortunate that Chuck really gets involved with the festival and furnishes most of the vehicles that the dignitaries ride in.
Yes, a lot of support from local businesses from all across West Tennessee for the parade and the festival as a whole,
Right.
all week long.
And next is this year's festival honoree, Mr. Ralph Jones and his wife, BJ. We're very, very proud of Mr. Jones in Humboldt. He's just a fine person. And, of course, his wife, BJ, is a super, super lady.
Glad to have both of them here to help and be in the parade.
Mr. Jones has lived in Humboldt, I think, since he was a year old. He was born in Selma, Alabama. And they are the proud parents of 4 children. Jean Little from Humboldt, Barbara Thomas, who lives in Birmingham, Alabama, Beth Bennett from Jackson, Tennessee, and Ralph Jones III lives here in Humboldt.
And of course, both of them just had their fill of strawberries to kick off the parade.
And the car that they're riding in, Mercedes, is being driven by one of their grandchildren. That's Stan Little. Stan's a student at University of Tennessee at Knoxville. And on the passenger side is another grandchild. That's John Hale.
Glad to have all those folks here enjoying the parade. The sides of the street are just lined with people. You can't even see the grass or cement on the sidewalk. There's so many people. A lot of folks out here having fun today. One of the biggest parades across West Tennessee. And
well, enjoy yourself today with Mr. Jones and BJ.
We have
coming up is the mayor of Humboldt, Tennessee, Mr. Jess Pritchard, and his lovely wife, Bobby.
And the nice Corvette convertible there. Of course, the mayor helping out a lot of support from the mayor's office in the festival. And I'm glad it's been a success. It's been I guess success is an understatement.
Well, there's a lot of people that put in a lot of hours for this. As I mentioned, this would not happen if we didn't have the volunteers from the city of Humboldt putting forth a tremendous amount of hours and just effort in general to pull this off. Following the mayor here, we have Kelly Cash Shepard, Miss America of 1987, I think. And
waving to the crowd. She's waiting on the strawberries. We'll have a lot of folks here from pageants. We'll have a lot of bands, of course, again, from all across the state. The dignitaries, a lot of special guests here today, all enjoying the festival parade. And, of course, we had the junior parade yesterday. And,
well, that was a very, very huge success. Weather was great, just like it is today, and went off real well. Following Kelly Cash Shepard, we have the mayor of Milan, Mr. Don Farmer, and the executive director of the chamber over there, Linda Schrader. This year, Milan happens to be the spotlight community for the West Tennessee Strawberry Festival, and we're very, very happy to have them over here. We've always got to remember it's a West Tennessee Strawberry Festival that happens in Humboldt, Tennessee, but it's for the good of Gibson County as a whole and West Tennessee. And now with other cities like Milan, Trenton, Bradford, we need their participation. And, we're I'm gonna say we're very thankful that we always have their participation.
And now Felicia Leitner is standing by with an interview. Felicia?
Joining me now is Beth Phelan, who is the director of the Gibson County Emergency Management System.
That's right.
All right, Beth, we want to thank you for coming by and talking to us. Now, you're here doing what at the parade?
We are assisting with the communications here. We are coordinating. We have our emergency command post here. We will be able to assist in any type of communication that will be needed.
And you're originally from?
I'm originally from Trenton.
So this is not your first Strawberry Festival by any means?
No, it's not.
And do you enjoy them when you come down?
Sure.
Well, now, you're also providing the service for WLJT today. This is such a big parade that we need spotters, and they're helping to let us know who's going to be coming up the road and when they're coming. Am I correct?
That's right. Our amateur radio officers are helping with any type of communication that will be needed.
Well, we want to thank you for the services that you provide in taking care of all of Gibson County and in helping WLJT today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Beth, for talking to us. We're going to take it back up to Charlie and Keith.
Chef, now we have the president of the 56th West Tennessee Strawberry Festival, Danny Smith, and his lovely wife, Joan. Mr. Chris just passed out strawberries to Danny and Joan, and following Danny and Joan is the general chairman of this year's festival, who will be the president next year, Mr. Bill Blankenship, and his lovely wife, Doris. As we can notice, Bill's got his left thumb up in the air at the street dance the other night. He accidentally had his thumb slammed in the car door and broke it.
Oh, broke it?
Yes.
That's a shame, but I'm sure Bill and Danny both are very proud of the way things have gone all week, and as they should be. An excellent festival all week long, and this is just one of the highlights of the festival as a whole.
And following our general chairman this year is the Humboldt Chamber of Commerce with Mike Barker, who's the Chamber Executive Vice President, Ruth Ann Hansen, the Chamber Administrative Assistant, and Janie Hennessy, part of the festival staff.
Having a great time here today. So much work by so many people here across the area that you'll never see, and put so many hours into the festival. And it's good that some of the folks, if not all, can get some recognition for the great job they've done, and I'm sure that everyone thanks everyone who has participated in the festival all week long.
Well, now coming, Charlie, looks like we have a string of about 20 cars, so this will be a lot of the politicians and dignitaries that we're always happy to have here at the West Tennessee Strawberry Festival.
Definitely.
Well, next is Congressman John Tanner, Union City. Congressman Tanner's been a regular participant of the Humboldt West Tennessee Strawberry Festival.
And another one doing a good job up on the hill in Washington. Glad to have him here today. Behind him, Congressman Jim Cooper. Really having a good time today.
And behind Mr. Cooper is Congressman Harold Ford.
From the Memphis area, up here today. Having a good time.
Now we have two military vehicles, the Hummers.
Humvees have really helped our troops out. And, of course, got a real workout, Operation Desert Storm.
Charlie, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this. I work for the Eaton Corporation here in Humboldt, Tennessee, and that's an axle producing facility. And the Humboldt plant is very proud to make the axles for the Hummers. A lot of people call them Humvees. I always just call them Hummers.
And as I understand it now, they're available to the public to buy.
Oh, yes. On this first vehicle, it's looks like Major Sammy Sampson driving.
And Jerry R. Wyatt.
Major General Jerry Wyatt.
And we also have...
This other Hummer is driven by Wayne Fonville from Humboldt.
And has William Jones from the Tennessee Army National Guard.
He's the Assistant Adjutant General.
And now we have a long line of cars and guests of the West Tennessee Strawberry Festival Parade.
Very well put, Charlie. When you say a long line, that's exactly what it looks like, a long line.
And I think we'll be going down to Felicia now. Felicia?
Circuit Court Judge.
Yeah, all right.
Joining me now is Dick German, who is the Circuit Court Judge here. Thanks for coming by and saying hello.
Nice to be here. Nice to have you in town again.
Oh, well, it's wonderful to be here. What do you think about this weather these people have conjured up for this?
Well, the cotton farmers need it. I guarantee you, I'm glad to see it. We need the warm weather and no rain right now, and it's great for the parade.
Well, that's true. So everybody's going to benefit a little bit from this weather. What do you think about this parade so far?
Oh, it's terrific. It's bigger and better every year. It's wonderful to have everybody in the city of Humboldt, and we welcome everybody.
Well, you're doing, I think your streets are lined like 15, 20 deep. How many would you think are here?
There's absolutely no telling. I got up this morning about 6:30 and rode over to see my mother to wish her a happy Mother's Day early, and the streets were already lined with people before 7 o'clock this morning.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to thank you for coming by and talking to us. We're going to let these people enjoy the rest of this parade. Thank you, Dick.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're going back to Charlie and Keith.
Thank you, Felicia. We just went by country music singer T.G. Shepherd.
TG's from Humboldt, Tennessee.
I did not know that. I didn't know that. Coming home for the parade today. And then, of course, Cotton Ivy, Commissioner Cotton Ivy, having a great time today. Familiar with everyone here in West Tennessee. And
That was Lyndon Jones, Director of Planning.
And behind him, we have Senator Joe Nit McKnight, Tennessee's own. I was behind him on the way up here today. And, of course, one of our own Tennessee senators, Arlen Matthews.
U.S. Senator from Tennessee. I thought his car already went
So did
through.
I. He's, I guess, big enough to have two.
Ha.
And there he goes in the Chevelle convertible. And of course we have many, many more guests to go today, and parade now just getting underway. If you just joined us, behind him we have Bill Morris,
Mayor of Shelby County. Also candidate for governor.
just announced recently.
Commissioner Talmadge Gilley. Charlie, I had to put my glasses on so I can see all the names on here, and it's still not helping out
I know
that well.
it's just a little tough, just a little. And Robert Frost, Department of Commerce,
Assistant Commissioner.
and
Commissioner William Whitson, Department of Financial.
I believe that's institutions. And Jimmy Leach, Director of the Criminal Intelligence Division here in Tennessee. And now the parade picking up just a bit as the cars go by. And I believe that's the president of Memphis State University. And
Charlie, I'm looking, the reviewing stand here in front of us is starting to fill up.
as the parade continues, the
Mr. Chris is down there still passing out strawberries.
yes, as the guests continue through the parade, they come and sit down at the stand after they're done.
West Tennessee Vice Commander of the American Legion, Walter Buzzard, candidate for governor in 1994. Very glad to have him here.
Yes,
Very
several
glad.
dignitaries here and candidates for governor here today. Representative Roy Herron having a great time today. Also Paul
Oh,
Phelan.
there's Paul Phelan coming
Yeah,
through.
And behind him, Commissioner Robert Lawson. Of course, the Commissioner of Safety. Steve Hewitt from the Tennessee Public Service Commission. Driving by, having a great time. And
I have no idea who's in the van there.
unfortunately,
In the Mustang convertible is Harold Sterling. property assessor for Shelby County.
Again, a lot of folks from the Memphis area up here in Humboldt today enjoying the parade.
Yes. Well, looks like we have about 4 more vehicles coming, Charlie, and then we'll get into the Humboldt Junior High School band.
And
this is Commissioner, is that Jimmy White?
I believe that's Jimmy White from Tennessee Department of Labor. And we have Richard Chasteen, who is also, he's a teacher, professor up at UT Martin, who is also running for governor in 1994. Scott Gilmer driving the Mustang. He works with WLJT some. And we have Mrs. Betty Haynes, Chief Administrative Office, here with us today for the parade.
And right behind her, we have Frank Cochran, Commissioner Frank Cochran, who's also announced his intentions to run for governor of the state of Tennessee in 1994. Always glad to have Frank Cochran here.
And several folks running for governor here today. Of course, elections will be in 1994 after a fine reign by now Governor McWhorter.
Well, here comes the Humboldt Junior High School band under the direction of Greg Stover. And Greg always does a fine job with these young men and women.
A lot of great bands here today. Some very large bands, as I understand it, as well. One band, escapes me the name of it right now, but I'm sure we'll find it, has 170 members. And they are going to fill the streets of Humboldt with a lot of great music as the parade continues.
Well, as the band starts to play here, Charlie, I'm going to be quiet and we'll listen to the band. Territorial Queen this year. She is Jennifer Dawn Hargett. Jennifer is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jimmy Hargett of Alamo. The first maid is Melinda Milligan. Second maid is Miranda Susan Gull of Selmer. First alternate is Amy Sims from Sharon. And the second alternate, Teresa Hicks from Savannah, Tennessee. Beautiful young ladies.
Yes, and they've been also participating in parades all across West Tennessee over the past couple of weekends.
Now we have the old fire truck here in Humboldt, Tennessee. That was restored back in 1988, I think it was.
Fine-looking vehicle.
The young children always enjoy riding on that.
A lot of smiles and a lot of waves from the kids there. Having a great time.
Next up is the Junior Territorial Royalty Court. The Queen is Rachel Lauren Mansfield, daughter of Ken and Marion Mansfield. And the King is Kurt Adams, son of Julie Sweet and Ross Adams. Also riding on the float is Justin Allen, Sarah Guthrie, Rachel Mansfield, of course, Kurt Adams, Christopher Sanford, Matthew Fowler, Emily Key, and Sarah Beth Adcock. And we'll go down to Felicia right now. She has a person lined up.
Wait a minute. Joining me now is Mr. T.O. Lashley. Are you a resident of Humboldt, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
How long?
Oh, about 57 years.
Well, if you've been here for 57 years, I believe you could tell me a little bit about the history of this Strawberry Festival. What do you think?
Well, I can. The festival started in 1934. My father Dr. T.O. Lashley was one of several men in Humboldt that formed the festival. And this is the 56th year. Now, that doesn't quite add up, 1934 and 1993, but the festival was not held during the war years in the 40s. But this is the 56th festival, and it was started in 1934 to promote the strawberry crop and the agricultural industries, which were very important to Humboldt in those days and are still very important to Humboldt. And it's been going on ever since.
So would you can rate them then. How would you rate this one as far as from 1934 to 1993?
Well, it's grown a lot. It gets bigger and better every year. This is a really good day. We've got great weather and lots of people, and everybody's having a good time.
I dare say you're absolutely right. Now, I guess I better ask you what TO stands for before I send it back upstairs.
It stands for Turner Oscar.
Well, that's a pretty good name. We want to thank you for stopping by and talk to us, and we hope you enjoy the rest of this Strawberry Festival.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take it back upstairs to Keith and Charlie. You can stay.
Thank you, Felicia.
T.O. is a past president of this festival also. Fine gentleman.
Yes, sir. Up next, we have the Adamsville Junior Senior High School Band from nearby Adamsville, Tennessee, under the direction of Frankie Jardio, I guess, and Frank Jardio.
There are 49 members in this band, and very, very happy to have Adamsville participate in the West Tennessee Strawberry Festival.
And they're getting set to start here. And as they do, we'll let you listen and watch and enjoy the Adamsville Junior Senior High School Band. While they're getting ready to start,
after the Adamsville Junior Senior High Band, I see the Hostess Princess float, and her court will be right behind them.
Very familiar faces, as they've been. They were in Dresden, and before that they were in Paris a couple weekends ago.
And next week they'll be going to the Teapot Festival over in Trenton.
You know, it's a great season for West Tennessee parades. These small towns grow into large, small cities, actually, with all the people. Up to 100,000 here today. And talk about a population explosion.
Well, it makes Humboldt 10 times the size it normally is.
One of the larger cities now across West Tennessee.
Something I want to say, too, as Humboldt grows so big on this day and yesterday, Chief Ricky Coleman of the Humboldt Police Department, Fire Chief Leonard Day and his people, along with Sheriff Joe Shepard, and the surrounding police departments do a fantastic job with crowd control. We couldn't do it without them.
That's right.
Great job.
That's right. We'll let you listen now to the Adamsville Junior Senior High School Band. Great sounds there of the Adamsville Junior Senior High School Band, making the ground shake almost as they go by.
Well, during that, while Adamsville band was playing, Charlie got our monitor to work up here. Good job, Charlie.
Well, I'm trying.
Coming up now is the Hostess Princess for the 56th West Tennessee Strawberry Festival in her court. The Hostess Princess is Lisa Schuler, and she is my daughter, and my wife Ruby and I are very, very proud of Lisa. And fine, fine young lady. We're very proud. Her court is Julie Plunk, 17-year-old senior at Humboldt High School. Julie is the daughter of Bob and Judy Granny. Second maid is Crystal Blankenship. Crystal's a junior at Humboldt High School. She's the daughter of Bill and Doris Blankenship. Her father will be the president of this festival next year. And the third maid is Jennifer Mansfield. Jennifer is the daughter of Kent and Susan Mansfield for Humboldt. She is also a senior at Humboldt High School. I've known these 4 girls a long time, and they have turned out to be 4 beautiful young ladies.
Definitely a lot of pretty young ladies there.
And riding on the float with them are the train bearer and some flower girls. Let's see who they are on that one. That's train bearer Jenna Greenup, Jessica Barker, Lindsay Deloach, Rachel DeBerry. And the heralds are Rob Deloach, Blake Allen, Richard Murphy, and J.R. Sanders. Coming up now, we have the junior host and hostess for the 56th West Tennessee Strawberry Festival. And the junior hostess princess is Ashley Shelton, daughter of Harvey and Janice Shelton. And the junior host is Tyler Trimmer, son of Danny and Tina Trimmer. And the court consists of Michael Carter, Jamar Webb, Ashley Turner, Bailey Pinson, Jennifer Ryan, and Nolan Poteet.
Having a great time and a very, very nice float there. A lot of hard work and hours went into the making of these floats.
As coming right now, we have the mayor of Nashville, Mayor Phil
Bredesen,
and the car is being driven by Cliff Hawks. Cliff is a law student in Nashville, and he's from Humboldt, Tennessee, and Cliff's the son of Mr. and Mrs. Dwight Hawks here in Humboldt.
It's good to have Mayor Bredesen here from Nashville, taking time out to enjoy the parade.
And he's being driven by a fine, fine young gentleman, Cliff Hawks.
Yes. Up now, we have the Beauties in Berryland float. And we have Queen Cara Lee sides. First maid Whitney Cunningham, second maid Ashley Kennedy, third maid Hillary Warren. King is Jordan Greenup, first page Drew Ridings, second page Tyler McDonald, third Kenneth Howell. And the float is sponsored by the People's Bank. And
that was a pretty float.
As all are here. And of course, the floats are in competition. And
there are 2 categories. We have an out-of-town category and an in-town category.
And
this was a winner from yesterday, and we have no information on this one, Charlie.
the theme is Playtime in Berryland. And again, one of the winners from yesterday's junior parade. And now we're getting set for the next band,
which is the Riverside Marching Panther Band. 59 members, and they're under the direction of Wayne Wright. Now, before they get up there, we'll turn it over to Felicia. She has a special guest.
Me now is Governor Ned Ray McWhorter. We want to thank you for coming by. Get it right where you say. We want to thank you for coming by and talking to us. What do you think about it so far?
Great. It's a good parade. It's a good crowd. It's a warm crowd. It's kind of hot. Everybody receiving you very well. I'm having a good time.
Tell them about your sunblock now. Let them know you're taking care.
I got over there on that shade tree, and I've discovered, being 62 years old, you know, you got to cover the roof a little.
Got to have a little cover. Well, they've got a great crowd, don't you think?
They really got a great crowd. Everybody's having a good time, especially a lot of children. I see more young people here along the parade route.
And that's great. They got a day out of school for it.
That's right. I remember those days, don't you?
Don't you appreciate them? Thank you, sir, for coming and talking to us. We're going to take a listen to this band right now.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
That's the Riverside Marching Panther Band. 59 members under the direction of Wayne Wright.
That was the Riverside Marching Panther Band. Up now we have another winner from yesterday's Junior Float Parade, I believe. And Campbell's Carpets, I believe, is the sponsor of the float from Humboldt. And Shamrocks in Berryland is the theme for the float. A good time.
And we have another winner from yesterday. Touchdown from Berryland. Very, very cute float.
And now we have the go-karts from the Shriners.
Out of Jackson, Tennessee.
I still don't see how they miss one another.
I don't either. They're here every year at the West Tennessee Festival. Always put on a good show.
That's right, a great delight for everyone. Takes a lot of skill to be able to drive those things like that, and such a small area, and then they're doing, of course, figure eights. Every now and then they'll do a spin out or two. They're sliding sideways.
I'm like you, Charlie. I don't know how they miss from hitting each other.
Having a great time. Of course, they really enjoy it too. They really keep these cars in tip-top shape. And these cars have been getting a lot of mileage here over the past few weeks in parades across West Tennessee. Having a great time. The Motor Corps from Jackson, Tennessee. We have some more folks here from the Shriners. The pit crew there, you see, keeping the cars on the road. Their VW thing.
Well, what is this coming right now, Charlie?
Well, I do believe I see the WLJT cart carrying the Best Friends Bear and a special friend on the back there. Driver, of course, is Grace Douglas. Having a great time. Getting a little sun as she drives down the road.
Well, I wonder if the bear and the bird are hot.
Oh, I would imagine so. I'm glad I'm up here and not in those suits.
And following the WLJT golf cart, we have the Martin Westview Charger Marching Band, 53 members, and they are under the direction of Mike Tucker.
Of course, the studios of WLJT located in Martin, and now the Martin Westview Charger Band is following. And some pretty elaborate costumes they have on today. Of course, temperatures are well up into the mid-80s right now. Possibly could be getting close to 90 before the day is over.
Well, let's hope the parade's over with by the time it hits 90, Charlie.
Yes, I do. A gorgeous day. A few high clouds, but blue skies above. A great day for a parade, as the saying goes.
The reviewing stand over here is starting to really fill up now.
Right. Again, as the guests go through to the end of the route, then they come back and sit in the reviewing stand here and watch the entire parade. Down in front of us, we have Governor Ned McWhorter talking to some folks. Yeah. And I believe we have Felicia ready to go to again. Felicia?
Joining me now is U.S. Congressman John Tanner. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you, Felicia. We're making this a weekly occurrence.
Hey, I like it. This is the only time I get to see him, so we're glad to have you down here to talk to us.
I'm delighted to be here.
Well, are you having a good time so far?
I am. We've had some wonderful weather last week in Dresden, and we avoided the rain during the parade. So it's been a good year for parades in West Tennessee.
Well, I think you brought a lot of Washington with you. I see Senator Harlan Matthews is here today.
He's here. We came down on a plane last night, Senator Sasser and Senator Matthews and myself, and everybody was hoping we'd have this kind of day, and it's turned out that way.
I believe they've got it now. What are you going to do when you get back to Washington?
Well, I'm going back Sunday. I hope we can do something constructive.
Well, we're all hoping for something constructive. I hear a band coming up, so we're going to thank you for stopping by and saying hello.
Thank you, Felicia.
All right, we've got to take it back upstairs to Keith and Charlie.
Thank you, Felicia. And as the Martin Westview Charger Marching Band comes down the road, we'll let you listen. another fine-sounding band, the Martin Westview High School Band, under the direction of Mike Tucker.
Coming up now, Charlie, we have the First Baptist Church sharing God's love with the church banners of Humboldt. The adult men are carrying the banners, and it is sponsored by, of course, the First Baptist Church in Humboldt, Tennessee.
And all of the banners have a saying on them as they carry them down through the streets of Humboldt in front of the thousands and thousands of people we have here today. A lot of folks getting some sun. Be a lot of pink noses on the way home today.
I hope I'm not one of them that ends up with one of those pink noses, Charlie.
I know. Then you go through the peeling stage, of course, and that's no fun. But a lot of great times here to be had at the Humboldt Strawberry Festival. And I believe Felicia has the mayor of Humboldt with her. Felicia?
Joining me now is Mayor Jeff Pritchett, the mayor of Humboldt. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Well, he just asked me how many of these parades I've made. I've made them all. How many have you been to?
I've been to a lot of them since I moved here in 1965. I don't think I missed one. Today's a good one, too, because the weather's just great. A lot of people here, and it makes a fine day for a parade.
It definitely does. So would you say that this has been a very good Strawberry Festival for Humboldt?
Yes, it has been. We got a lot of good things going for us, and we've been blessed by it, and we think it's great.
Well, we want to thank you for stopping by and saying hello, because I know how hot it is, and I know you've got a lot of things you got to get done today.
We're looking forward to the 57th one already.
There you go. We'll be back, Lord willing.
All right, fine. Thank you.
All right, thanks for coming by. We're going to take it back to Keith and Charlie.
And thank you, Felicia. Of course, the mayor, a big supporter of the Strawberry Festival. A lot of hard work done by his office. And now, I believe we have the Motorhome 1932 with Eddie Long and sponsored by the Long Brothers, which are a gospel singing group.
Mullins and the Jones family.
Be right in Henderson, Tennessee on May 28th at Chester County High School at 7:30. As they fill the streets of Humboldt with gospel music as they drive by.
Right behind her is Miss Christmas Milan, Sarah Elizabeth Ingram. Driver of the car is Mr. Farrell, and the car is sponsored by the Milan Christmas Pageant.
And behind her,
we have Bubbling Through Berryland.
and this may be a float.
This is Bubbling Through Berryland. It's a white bathtub with bubbles and yellow duck and yellow towels with strawberries hanging on the side. The riders on the float are King Christopher Hayes, Queen Jenna Greenup, first page Ryan Griffin, first mage Kendra Vales, second page Josh Smith, second maid Lindsay Pickard, third page Chancellor Johnson, and third maid Jenna Cole. Bubbling Through Berryland. Now we have the Humboldt High School cheerleaders.
And they're getting ready to do some cheers for us. And for the folks on the review stand, here they go. All right, pepping up the crowd here in Humboldt. Cheerleaders from Humboldt High School.
The Humboldt High School cheerleaders.
Next up we have there's the card that's with the Humboldt High School cheerleaders.
And with the #1 fan for Humboldt, Mr. Atley.
A great time today.
Coming up now, we have the Middleton Tiger Band from Middleton, Tennessee. There's 46 members in this band, and they're under the direction of Michael Buchanan.
as they come up the street here. I'll let you listen and enjoy. But first, let's go to Felicia. Felicia?
Joining me now are Danny and Joan Smith. Thank you both for coming down. Danny is this year's president of the Strawberry Festival, am I correct?
Yes, we're enjoying the day. We're having a great time, big turnout.
How was it getting it organized?
Well, I worked all year. Last year, I took 1 week off after the festival was over, and then I started on this one.
And Joan, how about you? How's it been for you?
Fun. We've had a great week. The weather's been wonderful. The crowd's been good. We're excited about today.
Well, we want to thank you for coming by. I see a band coming around behind us, and we don't want to take away from that, so we're going to take it back up to Charlie and Pete. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, Felicia.
Thank you, Felicia. And now, again, this is the Middleton Tiger Band from Middleton, Tennessee, under the direction of Michael Buchanan.
Right behind the Middleton band is the Humboldt Express truck with the West Tennessee Strawberry Festival mascot, Barry.
And we can't have the Strawberry Festival Parade without Barry.
Now it looks like Leslie Caraway with the Barry again today.
And there's a message on the truck there that says, "We love you very much, Ralph and BJ." Big hit with the kids.
Yes. Ralph and BJ. Ralph, the honored person this year for the festival, and BJ is his lovely wife. Here comes the Clydesdales.
Getting a big round of applause from the crowd.
Always glad to have the Clydesdales. I think this is our 4th year they have been here, and this year riding on the hitch back there is Mr. Fred Kuhlman. Mr. Kuhlman is the Chief Executive Officer of the St. Louis Cardinal Baseball Club. This is Mr. Kuhlman's 2nd festival, and we're grateful for Mr. Kuhlman being here, and of course the Clydesdales. This area, Gibson County, is always rooting for the St. Louis Cardinals, and I think Mr. Kuhlman knows that.
Yes, glad to have him in Humboldt today.
When he was here 3 years ago, it was the first time he had ever rode on a hitch.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
That's
Doug Franks with him.
And as you said, the St. Louis Cardinals followed closely by many, many people here in West Tennessee. Glad to have him today. And behind those folks, we have Northside Daycare from Jackson in the Strawberry Shuttle.
Yes, we have America's Miss Teen 1993, Allison Alderson from Jackson, Tennessee. Driver of the car is Benson Hadley. Strawberry Shuttle, Northside Daycare.
From Jackson, carrying 4- and 5-year-olds today.
Here comes Barney's Very Cute Crew.
Barney, you may see him on TV some in the Time Life commercials. This is sponsored by the Country Kids Daycare in Trenton and Burger King. And the costume is provided by the Fun Shack in Dyersburg. Of course, Barney, a big hit with the kids. He's relatively new, but has taken off like gangbusters as far as popularity goes.
Yes, he has.
And see him on TV quite a bit. A lot of kids enjoy seeing him.
A lot of work went into that float.
Definitely. It's quite a tall float, too. He's got 3 different tiers on it, with children in every one.
Riding through the parades, it's a lot of fun for the young children. Here's Heather Poindexter, Junior Miss Milan No-Till.
Of course, no-till farming has really caught on, too.
Yes, and Milan every year has their no-till field day.
A big event there. And behind her, we have the Queen, Tabitha Thurman. First made Alicia Mercer, second made Megan Gant, third made Jennifer Farrer. First alternate, Jessica Harden. Second alternate to Blair Kesterson. The driver is, obviously, that's Brenda Thurman, and the car sponsor is the Rutherford PTO.
Well, we'll turn it over to Felicia right now, Charlie.
Joining me now is U.S. Senator Jim Sasser. Senator Sasser, thank you for stopping by and saying hello.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here and to be at the Strawberry Festival on such a beautiful, beautiful day.
It is indeed wonderful. Now, how'd you manage to get Senator Matthews to come with you this time?
Well, we adjourned the Senate last night late, and we caught a late airplane and flew to Nashville, and then caught a ride on the governor's airplane down here to Humboldt today for the Strawberry Festival. I always try to get to the Strawberry Festival. It's, I guess, maybe my favorite parade of the year.
Well, it's a wonderful day for it today, and this is, I would be willing to bet, one of the older festivals here in Tennessee.
Indeed it is. You know, Felicia, when I was a child, my family lived here in Humboldt, and I was in the Strawberry Festival parade one time when I was about 3.5 or 4 years old. So it has very pleasant memories for me.
Well, that is just definitely great. I can see we've got some things coming up behind us. I want to thank you for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this day.
I'm sure I will. You have a good day yourself.
And we're glad to have you visit over here in West Tennessee. We've missed you.
It's always a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We're going to take it back upstairs to Keith and Charlie.
Now comes the Humboldt Area Rescue Squad float.
And in the shape of an ambulance, saving very precious lives. Theme.
Very nice, very nice.
Big smile on the front of the ambulance there, and a lot of smiles from the kids as they ride it in the float.
The Humboldt Area Rescue Squad does a fantastic job around here. Those people, they do a lot of work. They receive basically no pay for that. And we're very, very grateful to have them in Humboldt, Tennessee, and all the people that participate take an active role in that.
On the float, we had Jonathan Rice, Grant Privet, Cody Smith, Ashley Brown, Courtney Brown, Amanda Smith, Troy Hayes, Erica Privet, Amanda Matlock, Heather Privet. Saving very precious lives.
Now we have coming up is Milan Middle School royalty with Queen Celisa Dodds, first maid Kim Stewart, second maid Nicole Vaughn, third maid Linda Holmes, fourth maid Shanika Roberson.
And the driver of the car is Lorraine Hickerson. Again, sponsored by John Marshall and the Milan Middle School PTO.
We have another band coming up. It'll be the South Fulton High School Band from South Fulton, Tennessee.
And I think Felicia's ready. Felicia?
Joining me now, we have the Heron clan. We've got Nancy and Roy and John and Rick, and I'm never good at which one's which, but they know, and that's all that counts now. One of them's going to tell us something about Barney. What'd you say about Barney? What did you say, Barney? Barney loves you. Oh, you want to talk? You going to say hello? Oh, look at his smile. Boy, you got a great day for being out here today.
Wonderful parade day. The Strawberry Festival parade is always a special place. The people are always very nice. It's a great day to be here.
It definitely is, and I do believe you rode it this time. You're usually on foot.
With the family, we just decided to stand today.
I don't blame you. Warm as it is, we don't want him to get too hydrated. He wants to get out, man. You're a good time. I'm having a great time. We want to thank you for stopping by and saying hello. And we're going to take it upstairs and let's listen to the South Fulton High School Marching Band.
The South Fulton High School Marching Band, 44 members, and they are under the direction of Scott Fowler. Let's listen to them. That was the South Fulton High School Marching Band.
Felicia Leitner's hometown band.
It is.
Yes, Felicia's from South Fulton, Tennessee. She's really enjoyed the band there, dancing away.
I'd like to make one other comment here, Charlie. I made a comment how Humboldt's very appreciative of the fine job the Humboldt Police Department, the Fire Department, and the surrounding departments do with this festival. But I'd like to also mention the fine job the Humboldt Utility Department and all those people do, and making sure everybody has power, especially us today. And all the city people do a great job. We couldn't do it without them.
Right, again, there's so many faces we don't see that help make this festival come to life.
Now we have Travis Hendricks and their float. You know Travis real well. He just did some remodeling at my house. Maybe that's how he bought that new truck. He's a good man.
The sweetest little berries in town is the theme for the float.
And the two little strawberries in a sugar bowl. The riders on the float are Blake Hendricks and Jordan King. And it's sponsored by Travis and Lisa Hendricks and Danny and Gina King.
And now we have little Mr. and Miss Sweetheart, Antioch Church.
Is that, what was that, C66?
I believe so. That's King, Jovan Cox, I believe that is.
King Jovan Cox, and the queen is Taya Brooks.
And behind those folks,
we have 27 here, and
captured in a dream. And the riders, Queen Shannon Beckett, Miss Greenfield. First maid Candace Porter, second maid Gina Pentecost, third maid Jennifer Deviney, sponsored by some area Greenfield businesses riding in the boat there.
Next float, A Touch of Class. Boy, is this pretty.
Yes, it is.
Black, red, white. As mentioned, A Touch of Class. The riders on the float are Queen Christy Hamlin, second maid Monica Tharp, and that's first maid Monica Tharp, second maid Melissa Mansfield, third maid Keisha Roberts, and fourth maid Danita Nanny. It's sponsored by the Bank of Sharon, Tennessee.
There we have some representatives from the U.S. Navy and some local recruiters.
Well, I'm past that. I'm not planning on enlisting anymore.
Helping keep our country safe, of course.
Well, the Navy does a great job, but I'm too old for that now.
Here we have folks from the Morning Star Baptist Church.
And the driver of the truck is Bessie Hunt.
And let's go now to Felicia. Felicia?
Joining me now are Doris and Bill Blankenship. Thanks for coming over.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate it.
Well, now, Bill is the vice president, and this means that next year you're going to have to take this thing by the bullhorns and do it yourself. What do you think about it?
Oh, I think that's fine. Danny's been telling me about that all year. He said, it's your turn next year, so I'll be ready to be president, I believe, next year.
Well, I don't think you can do much better than you did this year, but I think you'll give it a shot, won't you?
I sure will. With all these people, the volunteers that we've got working for us, it makes it easy for us.
You got a great support system because you've brought them to WLJT many times. Great fundraising people. Now, Doris, what have you done to him? He's wounded.
Yes, he's wounded. We had a slight accident Wednesday night. Spent 2 hours in the emergency room. We have a broken thumb. And I said, if Bill Clinton can do it, we can do it too. Thumbs up.
There you go. Thanks for coming down. I see the Dresden Marching Lions are coming up behind us, so we're going to let these guys take a listen to this band. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Felicia, and I'm sure they're going to also have a great celebration next year. Right now, you're hearing sounds from the Dresden Marching Lions, 60-member band under the direction of Tobias Hayes.
Let's listen to the Dresden Marching Lions, Charlie.
The Dresden Marching Lions in their rendition of Riders in the Sky.
And here comes another beauty queen, a black Corvette. It's the Territorial Iris Festival Queen, Holly Crow.
Of course, from nearby Dresden.
Iris Festival. Next we have C8. Queen Summer Crutchfield, Princess Brooke Gorley, first maid Danielle Rigsby. Second maid, Tiffany Colston. Third maid, April Cox.
A lot of pretty smiles there.
The car is sponsored by Hair Designs by Janie. Next, we have the 92 FM van, WYNU.
Power 92 out of Jackson, Tennessee. WYNU.
Now, during that last band that went through Charlie, my son dropped up. He's home from Middle Tennessee. Happy to see him. I haven't seen him in a little while. I hope he doesn't
Glad
want
he's
money.
here.
I hope he doesn't want money.
Comes home and time to do some laundry and some money.
He's a fine young man.
I'm sure.
His mother and I are proud of him.
And now let's go to Felicia, who I believe has someone from Nashville with her. Felicia?
Joining me now is Mayor Phil Bredesen, and he is the mayor of Nashville, long way from home.
That's right, but it's a great morning to be out here, boy. This is really great.
Is this your first one?
This is my first one, it sure is, and I'm going to be back again.
Well, that's good. Now tell me, what is a novice's view of the Strawberry Festival? How do you feel about it?
I just really like it because I grew up in a small town, a lot smaller than Nashville, and this is just what life's supposed to be about, doing these kinds of things, and I'm just having a great time.
It's great hometown fun. You've got everybody banding together, and it's just really great feeling here today.
That's right, and all these floats that people have made, they're not big professional things, they're things people have put together, and it really is nice.
It gives a nice feel to it, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Well, I want to thank you for coming down and talking to us, and appreciate you coming all the way from Nashville to enjoy this.
I'm glad to be here, and hope you'll invite me back next year.
Well, we'll hope to see you. We'll look for you. All right, we're going to take it back upstairs to Keith and Charlie.
Thank you, Felicia. And I just want to say that was on the Power 92 van, Diana G. and Miss Rhodes from Jackson. Now we have our next float of the parade.
It's a pretty float. They train.
Yes, it is.
Trouble is, right now, I'm having a hard time spotting the number here. Is it?
I think it's 020, and that would be the Berryville Picks on engine 56, which is, or which has Queen Tristan Turnage, Queen alternate Heather Lovelace, first maid April Beth French, second maid Kylie Lovelace, third maid Ashley East, and Queen Haley Bouchard. Queen alternate Sabrina McDaniel, first maid Katie Argo, second maid Karen Cobb, third maid Brittany Johnson, and King Des Watson. Even more, King alternate Ryan Spate, I believe that is. First page, Nicholas Turnage. Second page, Brad Brown. Third page, Kyle East. And the sponsor by the Murray City PTO and Royalty Parents. And, of course, you need to train with all those folks on that. You need something to be able to hold that many people. A lot of smiles and a lot of fun.
Berryville Picks on engine 56. Very, very pretty float.
Yes. A lot of folks on that float there.
Coming up now, we have the junior high royalty from Medina, Tennessee. The queen is Latasha Taylor. First maid is Catherine Young. Second maid, Angie Johnson. Third maid, Valerie Brooks. And the car is sponsored by their parents.
Again, a lot of folks having a good time, a lot of smiles and a lot of waves as they go by. And it's good to see all the folks from all across West Tennessee participating in today's parade.
This now is the Humboldt Junior High cheerleaders.
A little earlier, we saw the folks from the high school. And now we're going to see a performance by the junior high cheerleaders.
The Humboldt Junior High cheerleaders are Abby Hawks, Priscilla Buckingham, Michelle Lucky, Heather Ballantyne, Heather Harris, Amy Allen, Holly Ziegler, Autumn Day, Becky Fisher, Ashley Foltz, and Cindy Palmer. And the vehicle is sponsored by the Humboldt Junior High School.
And getting the crowd going again. Of course, on a day like today with all the wonderful floats and bands and cars, you don't really need cheerleaders to get folks excited, but it's good to have them here because that just adds to it. A lot of fun today.
And right behind them is the Humboldt Junior High School royalty. The queen is Crystal Spees. The first maid is Amy Allen. The second maid is Becky Fisher. And the third maid is Erica Porter. And the car is sponsored by Jean Langley Ford.
Behind her, we have a slice of a berry tradition. Or I guess behind those folks, I should say. Slice of pie on a plate is what they're calling this one. We have Lacey Jones, Kaylee Jones, Robbie Rutan, Emily Rutan, Kelly Goethals, I believe that is, and Trey Goethals, Rob Berzak, Jacob Gill, sponsored by Carla Jones.
And Osborne Furniture.
A lot of fun. So they're all stuffed in the piece of pie there.
Charlie, I made a comment before on how proud we are that Chuck Graves really gets involved donating cars. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the Gene Langley Ford out there on the bypass, the 22nd Avenue. What a fine job they do. Gene and his crew do a great job every year, just like Chuck Graves and his people.
Again, just one of the many sponsors, one of the many area businesses that help with the parade and the festival, and all across West Tennessee. And let's go to Felicia.
Joining me now is Lisa Schuler, and Lisa is this year's Hostess Princess. Lisa, thanks for coming over.
Well, thank you for having me.
Now tell me, what have you done this week? What have been your duties as Hostess Princess?
Well, as Hostess Princess, I'm host for all the queens coming in throughout the Strawberry Festival. This week I've been to the opening ceremonies Monday night, the prayer breakfast Tuesday morning, the president's reception Wednesday afternoon, and of course the parades today and yesterday.
So what's the most fun you've had since you've become the Hostess Princess?
The parades and meeting everybody.
Well, I think you've done a great job of it, and you're a gorgeous lady, so hey, Humboldt could not have been better represented.
Well, thank you very much.
You're so very welcome, and I want to thank you again for coming over, because I know you're hot and tired. I'm going to let you sit down, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, we're going to take it back up to Charlie and Keith, and Keith's your dad.
Right.
Right.
Yes. Hey, Dad.
Hi there, honey. Good job. Now is the Crockett County Cavaliers marching band, 53 members, and they are under the direction of Larry Gordon.
And they've started playing, so we'll let you listen as they come down the road. Sounds from the Crockett County Cavaliers under the direction of Larry Gordon.
Good job, Crockett County.
As the 56th annual Humboldt Strawberry Festival Parade continues, we have our next float coming up. Those bass drums really making things, the ground shake almost as they go by there.
Now this is Mr. John Stovall driving the tractor. I can see that. It's amazing fruit.
Yes.
It's a basket of fruit, ready for a picnic. The riders on the float are Queen Leslie Stovall, first maid Sarah Geltner, second maid Kirby Cole, third maid Piper Marsh. The king is Timothy Surratt, first page Blake Britton, second page John Ford, third page Matthew Pritchard, and it is sponsored by their parents.
A lot of fine-looking kids there as they go by. A lot of smiles on their faces. And here we have, I believe that's Miss Gibson County Cosmetology, and Julie Brown.
Yes.
Sponsored by the Victory Lane Auto Sales here in Milan. Driver is Paul Thomas.
And Julie's from Humboldt. Next up is Miss Valentine. Jennifer Lee Wolf. First maid is Amber Walters. The car is sponsored by Keith and Sheila Walters.
And there we have Miss Independence, Stephanie Hunt. And the driver of the car is Dusty Gibson. And sponsored by E&H Refrigeration. Miss Independence, Stephanie Hunt.
Next is Bradford Junior Miss, Queen Vanessa Walters. First maid Bridget Bizzell. Second maid Heather Taylor. Third maid Amber McCartney. And the car is sponsored by Graves, Pontiac, Chevy, Buick, Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, Incorporated out of Milan. That was a mouthful.
And of course, Keith, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I'm pronouncing everyone's name right. If not, please forgive me. It's, of course, not intentional. And I believe this is
May Fun the old-fashioned way.
With Alicia and Adam Lehman, sponsored by Wendy's here in Humboldt.
That's a pretty float.
Yes, it is. And
now we have coming up C59. I'll find that right here. It's Miss Crockett County High School. Gayla Watson, Queen. First maid Bethany Cotton. Second maid Misty Floyd. And the car is sponsored by Gayla Watson Roofing.
And there in the Mustang, you see Miss Riverside Allison Bunnell, driver Melissa Anderson, car sponsor Janet and Shay Esch.
Next is Junior Miss Hardin County Julie Sowell. The car is sponsored by Ronnie Smith Chevrolet.
And a lot of pretty young ladies there. And let's go to Felicia. Felicia?
Joining me now is the junior hostess, Princess. And darling, what is your name?
Ashley Shelton.
Now, Ashley was on a float going by when I was doing an interview a little while ago. So she's going to tell us who else is in her court. Who's in there?
There's Jennifer Ryan, Bailey Pinson, and Ashley Turner, and Michael Carter, Jamar Webb, and Nolan Poteet.
Okay, she's taking care of everybody's name. Now, tell us, how have you enjoyed being the junior hostess, Princess?
It's fun.
Is it a lot of fun?
Yes.
Now, do you get a lot of new clothes to get when you get to be hostess, Princess?
Yeah.
That's part of the fun, isn't it? Mm-hmm. What are you going to do when you leave this parade?
I'm going to the Queen's Luncheon.
Oh, so you got to yet once more sit up there with that crown on your head.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope you have a good time at the Queen's Luncheon, okay?
Okay.
And I want to thank you for coming by and talking to me.
Okay.
All right. We're going to take it back upstairs to Keith and Charlie now. Have a good day.
Thank you, Felicia. She had a great time with those names. I would have had trouble remembering all of those folks, but she just reeled them off right now. Go ahead.
Ashley, sweet young lady, sweet little girl.
Right now we have the West Carroll Marching Eagles under the direction of Lisa Bryant. This band has 38 members, and here they come. We'll let you listen. More great sounds there. One of the many fine bands we have.
West Carroll Marching Eagles, 38 members.
Up next, we have our next float in the Strawberry Festival Parade.
Simple pleasures, simple treasures. What's that? That's 016.
Uh-huh.
Gotta find the O's here, Charlie. And simple pleasures, simple treasures. Riders on the float, Miss Ebony, Detrice Flake. First maid Emily Peoples, second maid Shania Moore, team Miss Ebony Sharika Sturdivant, first maid Fiona Williams, second maid Cecilia Adams, pre-team Miss Ebony Natasha Walker, first maid Shanika Roberson, second maid Jackie Adams, sponsored by the parents of the royalty and the concerned citizens of Milan.
And you just saw Miss McKenzie, Julie Hagler, first maid Angela Dinkins, second maid Stacy Sanders, third Ashley Simmons, fourth Nicole Sawyers, and right there is Miss West Tennessee Ochre Festival hostess Princess Tiffany Page Burcham, and the driver's Anthony Burcham.
And now we have Miss South Fulton Queen Jennifer Moss.
great time as they kind of sped up on us there and tried to keep up.
Sometimes we wait, and other times they go so fast we can't keep up.
Can't keep up, that's right. But we're trying. Having a great time today here.
Comes a nice-looking float, a bouquet of elegance. A bouquet of elegance. Riders on the float, Miss Halls, Dawn Moore, first maid Christy Humphreys, second maid Natalie Pipkin. Other riders are Stacy Cox, Jordan Crutchfield, Tiffany Abernathy, and Kathleen Stalling. Sponsored by the parents and the businesses of Halls.
And in the truck, we have Little Miss Fairest of the Fair, Heather Williams. Driver of the truck is Bill Pipkin, and Bill Pipkin is also the sponsor.
Next is the Rutherford Teen Royalty, Queen April Toombs, second maid Tierney Moses, second maid Christy Dotson, third maid Jenny Dean, fourth maid Sarah Fouch.
And there we have Junior Miss Bethel, Queen Billie Jean Wood. Driver of the car is Keith Harris, sponsored by Woods Barbecue.
Well, we have a little break in here now, Charlie.
And let's go to Felicia. Felicia?
Joining me now is Dr. Lane Rollins, who is the president of Memphis State University. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you. Great to be here.
Is this your first one?
This is my second one. I was here 2 years ago and it rained every minute.
Well, no rain today. I think we can be happy.
Beautiful day, and a tremendous crowd.
How are things going down at Memphis State for you?
We're doing very well. I think higher education is a big need in the state, and everybody recognizes that. We're getting a lot of support.
Well, it's about time, and the need for it and the actual people who are getting involved, that things are on the rise for higher education.
I think they are. We need to convince the agencies that fund us that the needs are there, but clearly we're all growing and I think thriving, and the quality indicators are all up.
Well, I can understand that urging the people who fund us, because we run into the same problem here with public television. Are you having a good time, though, today?
It's a great time. I'm having a great time today, and I'm having a great time in Memphis.
Well, that's good. Then I guess we can maybe expect you to come back again?
I'll be back.
Well, we'll tell the people of Humboldt they'll be tickled pink.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you for stopping by and talking to us. We're going to take it back to Keith and Charlie.
Thank you, Felicia. Coming up next is the Hollow Rock Burston Central High School Marching Tiger Band. 55 members in this band, and they are under the direction of Keith Breeden. So let's listen to the Hollow Rock Burston Band, Charlie.
Yes, I believe we have another helicopter going over. I believe that's the one Governor Recorder rode in on today.
Right after the parade today will be the governor's luncheon at the new National Guard Armory, and right after that will be the dedication of the new armory.
So once the parade is over, the festivities are to continue.
Yes, there will be a Queen's luncheon at the junior high school cafeteria, and the governor's luncheon, and the band judges and the directors all have a reception in the basement at the Municipal Center.
A lot of fun. What are some of the activities they've had here this week? Just to name a few.
Well, last night was the pet parade and show and the Tennessee walking horse. Tuesday night, they had the Stories Under the Stars. I shouldn't say Tuesday night, Wednesday night. And Wednesday was also the President's reception at the Humboldt Golf and Country Club, where the honoree for this year's festival, Mr. Ralph Jones, was recognized. And mentioned Monday was the opening ceremony with the entertainment by Rayburn Anthony and fireworks at Barker Memorial Stadium. The street dance was Wednesday at A&M Enterprises this year.
Just out of curiosity, were there any new events this year that...
The Stories Under the Stars was a new event, and also on Wednesday they had the lack of really not knowing anything about it, but it was like I call a country western dance out of Gibson, Tennessee. And I hear that went over real well.
Speaking of going over, the helicopter goes over once again. Now let's listen to the Hollow Rock Brewston Marching Tigers. fine sounds there from the Hollow Rock Brewston Central High Marching Band under the direction of Keith Breeden. 55-member band there.
Charlie, you asked me about the activities this week. Let me just mention today, of course, we have the Grand Floats Parade. There's a Festival Arts and Crafts show at the Walmart parking lot. The checker tournament was held today at 9 a.m. at Merchant State Bank. The Governor's Luncheon, as mentioned, at the new National Guard Armory, with dedication of that armory right afterwards. Band judges and directors reception, municipal center basement, Queen's Luncheon, invitation only at the Humboldt Junior High School cafeteria. And tonight will be the Junior Territorial Review at 6 p.m. at the Humboldt Junior High School auditorium.
Tell you what, there are activities for just about to suit anyone's taste. Now we have Miss Doodle Soup, Petra Klutz, and Miss Weakley County Jennifer Parrish. Our sponsor is Paul and Chris Horton. Driver is Paul Horton.
Next we have Miss Black Paris, Shahia Monice Allen, first maid Alicia Tharp, second maid Misty McLean, third maid Christy Haynes, fourth maid Natalie Holmes. The driver is Barbara Wells, president of the Golden Star community, and the car is sponsored by Chuck Graves.
Now we have a 1962 Chevrolet Impala, and driven by Mr. John Ayers. His wife is also with him.
Next is Miss Lauderdale County, Kelly Dawn Lee.
Up next, we have our next float
coming up
of the parade.
Well, before that gets here, let me mention what's happening tomorrow at the festival. Tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. is the 5 and 10K run at Bailey Park. The car show starts at 8 p.m. at Viking Park, out by Humboldt High School. Festival Arts and Crafts show is still on at the Walmart parking lot. There's a quilt show at East End Elementary starting at 9 a.m. A baseball card show at East End Elementary starting at 9. There's a checker tournament again at the Merchant State Bank Community Room. And tomorrow night is the Territorial Queens Review at 6 p.m. at the Humboldt Junior High School auditorium.
I believe the float you just saw was the winner from last night, or yesterday rather, I should say, in the Junior Floats Parade. And I believe that was Who Built Noah's Ark, sponsored by the Avondale Baptist Church.
Coming now is Queen Ashley Bailey, first maid Melinda Hazelwood, second maid Melissa Ballou, riding on a 1990 Mustang convertible.
And behind her we have Miss Martin Bentley Henson. And I believe there you're looking and seeing.
Next is C-52, Miss Christmas Queen Cassie Knott. Out of Bradford.
We have Doonesbury with Drew Patterson, sponsored by Alan and Patricia Patterson.
That's a Humboldt float.
Right.
Coming up now, we have the Huntington High School Band, the Marching Mustangs, under the direction of Mark Hartley and Dee Bishop.
And I believe before the band gets started here, we're going to go to Felicia. Felicia?
Joining me now are BJ and Ralph Jones, and they're being honored this year at the Strawberry Festival. Now, I want to tell you a little something about them that has nothing to do with the Strawberry Festival this year, but last year, the Hostess Princess was their granddaughter, and you can look at BJ and tell why. Thanks for coming over.
Thank you, Felicia, so much. It's really a great week for us.
I'd say you've got a great crowd today and beautiful weather, Ralph.
Probably the best weather we've had, and probably hadn't been over 2 or 3 festivals that had as good a weather as this.
I think we can be proud of it. Now, you've been involved with these in some way for many, many years, I assume.
Yes, right.
So how would you rank this one?
Tops.
Top?
Well, let me change that. Last year was really special with Jenny, and then we've had our children that did things in the festival that were really special, too.
And that makes it a little more special, I believe. Now, how does it feel to be honored by this group of people down here at Humboldt?
It's a very humbling experience to have your friends and neighbors honor you like this. It's very humbling.
Well, then I can say y'all have enjoyed this week's festivity?
It's just been great. Just words cannot express what fun we've had and how much we appreciate everyone, that they've just been so good.
Well, we want our viewers to know that not only do these people support the Humboldt Strawberry Festival, I'm sorry, the West Tennessee Strawberry Festival, but they're big supporters of public television, and we at WLJT would like to thank you for all that you do for us.
Well, you're just quite welcome.
Thank you.
We're big watchers of public television, too.
Oh, we like that even better. We're going to take it back upstairs to Keith and Charlie now, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this Strawberry Festival.
Thank you so much, Felicia.
Thank you. Tell Jenny hi for us.
Okay, sure will.
All right.
That was Ralph Jones, this year's honoree for the festival, and his wife, PJ. Humboldt is very blessed to have people like the Joneses be residents here, and we're very, very happy for the Jones family this year.
And now we'll let you listen to the Huntington Marching Mustangs.
Did
Sounds there from the Huntington Marching Mustangs under the direction of Mark Hartley and Dee Bishop. 51 member band there putting out a lot of sounds and a lot of great music. And
good job by the Huntington Marching Mustangs.
Mother Goose is coming down the road now with some kids alongside.
A lot of work went into this float too, Charlie.
Very old favorites is the theme. Of course, nursery rhymes and tales are a great favorite for kids. And as a child growing up, I had listened to my share of them.
Hi. This here is 023, very old favorites. Mother Goose reading her book of nursery rhymes. Riders on the float are Brittany Blakemore, Robin Fly, Whitney Foster, Christopher McKnight, Morgan and Blake Pickard, Sid and Shelby Crocker, Davis and Elizabeth Pafford, Rob Fields, Betty Kay Stinson, Rachel and John Walters.
And not only do the kids ride on the floats, but their mothers follow right behind with the strollers, so everyone's going along the parade route here. It's not just the kids, the mothers are with them.
And that float was sponsored by Attitudes in Milan, Tennessee.
And now we have, I believe this is Miss Congeniality, Christina Hardy, Queen Selena Parnell, first maid Jennifer Prater, second maid Crystal Crawford, third maid Brandy Todd, alternate maid Angela Keith. And this car sponsored by Anita Scully.
Coming up now, we have Miss Gibson County High School, it looks like. C34, Stacy Elliott. The first maid is Jill Kilburn. The second maid is Jenny Flowers. They're riding in a white Mazda convertible. The driver of the car, Anita Callis.
And here's Miss West Tennessee Fire Prevention, Brandy Nicole McAllister, and sponsored by her parents. The driver is KB McAllister.
Coming up now is a float from Humboldt, Tropical Paradise. It's green, blue, with a waterfall and all the tropical colors. Riders on the float, Miss Humboldt, Stacy Lessenberry, first maid Julie Beck, second maid Stacy Overby, third maid Abby Deloach, fourth maid Christy Fonville. It's sponsored by the Humboldt Band Parents.
And with the warm weather we're having today, that tropical theme fits right in. Here's Miss Chester County Barbecue Festival, Queen Jennifer K. Baker. And the Our sponsor is Hall's Flower Shop. The antique driver of the car, rather, the antique car driver, don't want to get that reversed, is Kay Baker.
Next is Miss Lake County, Annette Cooper. The car is sponsored by Lake County. Coming up now, Charlie, we have another band. Looks like it's the McKinsey High School Band, 63 members. They are under the direction of Charles Pruneau and Vita Haney.
Vita Haney getting ready to kick off more great sounds here. A lot of fun being had by all today. As I know I'm enjoying myself, which I'm sure you are too, Keith.
Oh, I always enjoy this. This is my 13th festival, and I just want to make, like I said, I'm very pleased that WLJT has asked me to do this now for the 3rd year, but I guess I'm more pleased and blessed that the citizens of Humboldt have accepted myself and my family here, because I know I still have my northern accent, and I guess to some I'll apologize for that.
You fit right in, Keith. Let's go to Felicia.
Joining me now are Mike Barker, who is the Chamber of Commerce of Humboldt, and the mayor of Bullitttown, Mr. Don Farmer. I got to get up on top of his head here in Bullitttown's mountain. We're going to let Mike explain why he's down here today.
Well, each year, Felicia, we have a community that we salute. This is our 2nd year for that. And Milan, our sister city, just a few miles away, was chosen to receive that recognition. Mayor Farmer and a lot of the officials from Milan have been involved in a variety of activities so far this week. And we have really put the spotlight on them from the Strawberry Festival.
And I'm going to ask Mayor Farmer exactly what they've gotten as being the Spotlight City, and see if he'll tell me the same thing he told me a while ago.
Well, Felicia's been great. It's an opportunity that we've had. We've been to the fashion shows. We've been to breakfasts. Yesterday, the president of the Chamber of Commerce and the executive vice president walked in the parade with Miss Myla No-Till. I wasn't able to be here. We got to ride today. They told me I was getting the best job. Of course, one of the things that we wanted to do, we wanted to help make the festival a little bit better and do a special thing. And as early in the parade as you had on your TV cameras, Kelly Cash, Miss America 1987, we brought her back as a surprise and as a saying, hey, we appreciate what Humboldt's doing for us. The one thing that's good about it is it promotes the unity and the cooperation in the county of the 3 chambers, plus the 3 major towns, and of course there's 10 incorporated cities in Gibson County, and we want to show that we're all working for one purpose of making Gibson County a better place for everyone.
Well, Mike, how would you say this organization has gone this year for this festival?
Oh, it's gone great. Of course, Don's a good neighbor, and it's always good to be with him and work with him on a lot of things, and we appreciate everything they've done to help us, too.
Well, now, I know he's going to appreciate this, but we're going to give you a chance to plug that festival you got coming up.
Our festival will be on September 25th. It's called the Bullitttown Celebration. It's in conjunction with the United States Army, Martin Marietta, and the arsenal there in Milan. We invite everybody out. It's a big day of free activities for our kids, and everybody's at the bank there on the parking lot of the main drag, and just come out, and all you have to do is pay for what you eat.
And for those of you who don't know, Bullitttown comes from the fact that the arsenal is there.
That's exactly right. The arsenal was started in 1942, and this is our way, which is one of our largest industries in our city, of saying thank you. We all work together. It's a joint effort between community clubs and civic clubs throughout, of saying, hey, let's have a good time involved. So we invite everybody to Milan on September 25th.
Well, we thank you. And, Mike, I cannot leave this without at least showing these people this wonderful strawberry tie. This little strawberry on his lapel. These people are strawberry crazy down here. We're going to take it.
About it.
Well,
Serious.
It's a West Tennessee tradition, the West Tennessee strawberry, the 56th annual.
We want to thank you. And with that note, we're going to take it back upstairs to Keith and Charlie and hope they're having as much fun as I am.
Thank you,
having a
Felicia.
great time.
Yes, we are. Absolutely. A great time. A beautiful day. A lot of fine folks enjoying today. And as far as parades and festivals go, it just doesn't get much better than this.
Oh, this is beautiful. I want to make a comment on what Mayor Farmer said about all the cities in Gibson County working together for the betterment of Gibson County. You know, I couldn't have said that any better. Don's a fine person, and he's doing a fine job over in Milan, along with his board of aldermen and everybody else.
That's exactly right. And below us here we have some state legislators legislators from Nashville. We have Joe Nitt-McKnight a few minutes ago. There's Roy Herron, and of course the folks from Washington, Senator Sasser, and then all of the folks running for governor, Richard Chasteen from UT Martin. And there's Representative Paul Phelan, having a great time and enjoying the parade. And
Yeah, but Paul's not running for governor. Paul's just
No, he's
fine.
not. Right, he's
Paul's
a
a fine
representative.
young man, and he's going to represent Gibson County real well.
That's right. He's a state representative right now, serving the folks in Nashville. And it looks like this hot day has gotten the best of one of the cars down there.
You see a lot of steam.
Yeah. Again, temperatures are well in the 80s.
Well, since there's a gap in here, I want to mention that the Bell City Amusement has been at the festival all week. They're out on Highway 7079, just past Gene Langley Ford. So if you want to go enjoy some the carnival and the amusement, make sure you go out there. And Thursday, yesterday, mentioned we had the junior parade at 9:30. That went off very well. Afterwards, there was a band director's judges reception. The pet parade was last night at the Chalmers Davenport Arena, and it was followed by the West Tennessee Strawberry Festival Walking Horse Show.
Keith, I believe the McKenzie High School band is coming down now and getting ready to play, and we're just going to let you listen and enjoy to the sounds of McKenzie High School band.
Well, that was the McKenzie High School Marching Band, 63 members.
You know, I was saying a little earlier, I believe it was last week, there's so many participants in these bands, students that will go on from high school to participate in collegiate bands, and then perhaps after college make a career out of music, either teaching or playing professionally.
I know one thing, I never realized how much time and effort to put into bands until our daughter got involved when she was in the 6th grade. Because I was always more associated with the sports side of it, and I always knew what they did. Well, I'll say the bands put in just as much time, if not more, from a practice standpoint. That's where I really have a lot of respect now for band directors. You know, one we have here, David Keltz, he's a person I really respect after seeing what they go through, and I think they do a great job. They all do.
Start off in the summertime, even before school starts, at band camps across the West Tennessee, and they spend hours in the sun, in the hot sun at that, practicing and developing routines. A lot of time and a lot of work.
But with parades like this, you can't have them without bands, and you wouldn't be able to have them without floats, and of course all the beauties that we have here.
That's right. Right before the car there was the Miss Martin, Junior Miss Royalty, and roses on parade. And we have Queen Beth Ann Burrows, first maid Selena Bell, second maid Karen Hunter, third Julie Henry, fourth Star Rogers, and sponsored by several Martin businesses, and Deborah Burrows.
Next is Miss Northside Royalty. Amy Wheatley is the queen, first maid Adrian Spencer, second maid Alicia Barger, the alternate is Stephanie Hensley, and the car is sponsored by Northside High School.
And right now you're looking at Miss Hardin County, Jenna Lee McLemore. The driver is Jackie Mayhall. And also along is Marcus McLemore, sponsored by Jones Motors in Savannah, Tennessee. And then a grand float coming up.
This is beautiful here.
Yes, very colorful. See it all the way down the road. Another one of the floats that took hours and hours, countless man hours involved in this parade from every aspect.
This float coming up is from Humboldt. It's Berry Special Ingredients is the theme. The riders on the float are Mary Elizabeth Rowe, Will Parker Rowe, Tyler Gamble, Chase Gamble, Brittany Bunn, Crystal Harvey, Ray Schlaffer, Adam Daly, Ryan Daly, Rachel DeBerry, and Chelsea DeBerry. And it is sponsored by McDonald's of Humboldt and City Drug Company, Humboldt, Tennessee. Very special ingredients, beautiful float. A lot of work right here. We got, looks like Andy Daly driving the John Deere tractor.
And as that float goes by, we're going to take it down to Felicia again.
This is Steve Hewlett. I'm a public service commissioner for the state of Tennessee. We're here at the Great Humboldt Strawberry Festival Parade.
West Tennessee Strawberry Festival.
This is the West Tennessee Strawberry Festival. That's right, in Humboldt, Tennessee. This is Felicia Leitner. You have seen her many times at these parades and functions. How are you today, Felicia?
I'm doing just fine.
Well, great. I hope you're having a wonderful time.
I'm having a wonderful time. How you like my shirt?
I think it's beautiful. Where'd you get that?
I was presented this shirt by Mr. Keith Fuller when I arrived here today to do this Strawberry Festival parade, and I was told to put it on, and I put it on.
That's terrific. Folks, you see Felicia a lot. You don't see her off camera. She's having a lot of fun with all the people that she interviews. It's a great time down here. We wish you could be with us. There are 100,000 people or more having a great time.
I got berries on my back.
That's right. And the reason you can see this is because of public television. And most of you know that public television needs your financial support to be able to stay on the air. So when they have their fund drive, or even now if you want to, send them a check to Channel 11.
There you go. P.O. Box 966, Martin, Tennessee 38237. And what Steve doesn't know is that he's taken my job. I'm going to be your next public service commissioner. Thanks for watching. We're going back to Keith and Charlie.
Thank you, Steve. Good time. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Felicia. Car that just went by was Miss Adamsville, Rebecca Renee Phelps. Second maid, Stephanie Gibbs. That was first maid, Stephanie Gibbs. Second maid, Christy Napier. They were in a white LeBaron convertible.
And the folks you're seeing there, Miss Peach Princess, Queen Candace Marie Sanders, first maid Corey Thompson, second maid Lori Presley. And the car is sponsored by the parents of those young ladies.
Coming up next, Charlie, is the last band in the Class A division. It's the Bolivar High School Marching Band from Bolivar, Tennessee. There are 74 members associated with this band, and they are under the direction of Anthony Harrison and Debbie Irvin.
And just to give you an idea of how large this parade is, we are now 2 hours into it. And we still have the Class AA and Class AAA to go for the band. So a very, very large parade. So I would say thousands of people taking part in the parade itself, let alone the folks watching. And as they come down the road here, we'll let you listen.
That was the Bolivar Central High School Marching Band under the direction of Anthony Harrison and Debbie Irvin. 74 members associated with that band.
Just one of the great sounding bands we've had and heard today. Here we have Miss Jackson State Community College, Kathy Hosey, first runner-up. Amy Aiken, second runner, Jessica Fessmeyer, third runner-up, Christina Parsons. And the driver is Charles Bingham, sponsored by Jackson State Community College.
What number is that?
I believe that's C10.
C10?
But maybe it's
C10 is...
Oh, here it is. It's C70. I'm sorry, I'll go ahead. Miss McNary Central Queen, Andrea Ellis Sanders, first maid Pepper Shelton, second maid Hannah Jester, and the driver is Regina Jester.
Next is C86 with Queen Malia Mitchell. First maid is Ashley West. Tiffany Watkins, third maid Jennifer Brown, fourth maid Roxanne Jones. car is sponsored by the Selmer Middle School. Oh, here comes the, I always say the train, and this is a beautiful, beautiful float here.
A big hit with the parades here in West Tennessee.
This is the Granbury Special number 2. Train and passengers are all the grandchildren of the people that built the float. The grandchildren riding the float are Hudson Atkins, Will Harbin, Taylor Kane, Marshall Roberts, Austin Hoyt, John Michael Pearson, Will Pearson, Brody Dunlap, Joseph Dowsley, Felix Dowsley, Gray Dowsley, Spencer Lewis, Margaret Roberts, Holly LeBrie, Meg Delosier, Sarah Delosier, Brittany Quinn, Gray and Grant Hundrup, the Hundrup twins, Andy and Casey Guy, Heather Griggs and Hillary Griggs. And this float is sponsored by Cellular One and American Cellular. Beautiful, beautiful float.
And another one that has to be a train to be large enough to carry all the participants on that beautiful float. A big hit with West Tennessee.
I'd like to just mention now the grandparents that built that float. It's Herman and Marzette Stallings, Jane and Bob Atkins, Charles and Jean Guy, Felix and Lynn Dowsley, Pat and Kimbrough Dunlap, Barthel and Evelyn Gray, Susan LeBrie, Charles and Polly Boone, Emily Lewis, and Jerry and Marion Albright. Great job.
Great job indeed. Beautiful float. And I believe there we have Hardeman County Fairest of the Fair, Katrina Ward, and also Christy Myers, I believe that is, with her.
Next up is C12. It's Miss Lexington, Candy Garner. First maid, Jessica Lee Jowers. Second maid, Andrea Stute. And the first all-under, Christy Tolley. And it is sponsored by Lexington High School Social Studies Department.
And I believe we can go to Felicia now. Felicia?
Joining me now is Senator Joe Nip McKnight. This is your district, isn't it?
It really is, Felicia, right in the heart of it. We're certainly having a good time with 125,000 people. It's a beautiful day.
Well, we hadn't been able to get an estimate on the crowd. I'm glad you came down with those figures for us.
As the chief of police said a while ago, this is probably the largest one that they'd ever had, and I can believe it from being in the parade earlier today. A whole lot of people here, and it sure is nice to be here in Gibson County.
Well, it's nice to have this beautiful weather, too. We couldn't have asked for a better day.
You're exactly right, and I just hope we can finish up in the state legislature next year, and I hope we keep the appropriation on for Channel 11 and the other public television stations, my dear.
Oh, you have no idea how good that sounds to us. At least we're going to have a job, maybe.
I hope so. We do appreciate you all coming and everything you all do.
Well, we appreciate the fact that y'all are working for us. We really know how tough it is to balance the budget and to go with what you've got to go with.
Thank you very much, Felicia, and say hello to all the folks in Madison, Gibson, and Carroll counties.
And all the folks out in the rest of West Tennessee. He loves you, too. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you, Felicia.
All right, we're going to take it back to Charlie and Keith.
Thank you, Felicia. The next stop, Strawberry Land. This beautiful float. The riders on the float are students at the West Tennessee School for the Deaf, and the float is sponsored and was built by the West Tennessee School for the Deaf and McDonald's Restaurant of Jackson. Beautiful float. Won first prize yesterday, I know, in their category. A lot of work on that float.
And next we have, I believe that's Miss Trimble, Catherine Elizabeth Page, first maid Cheryl East, second maid Kelly Bell, third maid Cicely Todd, Miss Congeniality Amber Taylor, and we have the car sponsor is the Trimble Alumni Association.
Next up is the junior Miss Adamsville. Queen Lisa Rogers, first maid Stacy Raines, second maid Candy Gannis. Driver of the car is Brandon Gray, and the car is sponsored by the family. Well, we have another little gap in here again, and maybe I can get a few things in order again here, Charlie.
Keith, really appreciate you being here today.
Well,
and hope to see you back next year. And I believe Felicia has another interview. Felicia?
Joining me now is Congressman Jim Cooper. I want to thank you for coming over.
Delighted to be here in Humboldt. I tell you what, I thought the Paris crowd was great. This is a great crowd here in Humboldt. A lot of people out here having a good time, watching the marching bands, watching the beautiful floats, just having a great time.
Had no idea there'd be this many people in West Tennessee, did you?
I tell you, I think everybody's here. Everybody's gone from home. Now, there are a few people planting cotton, as I understand it, but that's about the only crowd that's not here today.
Well, we can sympathize with them because they've had some rainy weather. They've got to get those crops in the ground, so we're going to forgive them this time.
Absolutely. You got to get your work done. That comes number one, even when there are important events like the Strawberry Festival here today and a big helicopter going overhead just right now. Yeah.
Well, that's all right, because, you know, they realize that they can watch this parade tomorrow night at home, so they know that they'll have it covered.
We love public TV, you know.
We love.
Public TV, that's right.
There you go. We love these concerts.
And support your public TV station. Otherwise, that program wouldn't be there, right?
That's absolutely right. So once again, send money. We want to thank you. We want to thank you for coming over and talking to us. Good luck with you.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Felicia. Right now, you're listening to the first of the AA bands that we have today. This is the Chester County Marching Eagles under the direction of Tom Hay.
And there are 62 members in that band.
You've come a long way, baby. You're seeing their Irish time in Dresden.
That's 08, and it's and there's the Hostess Princess, Kimberly Hutcherson, first maid Amanda Stover, second maid Christy Cooper, and it's sponsored by the Tennessee Irish Festival of Dresden.
And
ours, Miss Hardeman County JCs, April Michelle Rogers. Car is sponsored by Lynn and Joy Scott.
Having a lot of fun today.
Next
Yes,
up,
it's a good day for a convertible, too.
Oh, yes. Now we have the Crockett County Chamber of Commerce.
And
that's our neighboring county.
A lot of, again, just one of the many supporters of the area, of the surrounding counties and surrounding towns.
We need their participation, and we're very grateful. We always receive it.
And the Crockett County Chamber of Commerce ambassadors, Juanita Jones, Virginia Dare Williams, Pat Tyler, Don King, P.B. Fuel, Joe Jones, Jane Smith, Elizabeth Moore, Sue Clark, Gerald Reasons, Betty Nance, Christy Evans, Francis Bruce, Willadine Young, and Hope Ellington.
And we have the Carroll County Junior Miss Fairest of the Fair, Christy Wyatt.
And we have our next float, which is, I believe,
that is H3, a berry celebration. The riders on the float are Queen Kimberly Connolly, first maid Terry Smith, second maid Summer Marsh, third maid Rachel Jones, and fourth maid Emily Prince, and it's sponsored by Stegall Middle School.
And not only is it a great day for a convertible, but a great day for a boat as well.
Great day for beauty queens.
Oh, absolutely.
Coming up now is McKenzie Junior High royalty. Queen Mary Beth Key, first maid Christy Floyd, second maid Lisa Rainey, third maid Kelly Peters, and fourth maid Teresa Taylor. The driver of the car is Philip Pratt. I know Philip real well. He works out of the EMT out of McKenzie.
And from Southside High School, we have Queen Jennifer Hill, first maid Lanika Besser, second maid Jessica Fielding, third maid Jennifer Barberini, fourth maid Allison Parker. In a classic '79 Mercedes convertible.
Well, there comes a beautiful Ford pickup, I know, from Gene Langley Ford, and right now I'm having a hard time making out the number on that. Is that 033 there, Charlie?
I believe it is. I believe it is.
And that'd be, that's from the Milan Racetrack. Riders on the float are Blake White and Christian McMinn, sponsored by Milan Raceway.
And now we have a truck sponsored by Vanilla Jones. We have Brandon Jones, Shanna Johnson, and Arsona Jones, Cedric Jones, Jonathan Bluter, Crystal Jones, Raymond Jones, Eric Nick Troy, Terrence, and John Jarrell.
Well, there's two trucks. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes, it is. And those two trucks are together. And our next float is another pretty one.
There is
Trolls in Berryland.
That's riders on the float are Queen Crystal Lee Cherry, first maid Jill Hunt, third maid Robin Garrett, second maid Frances Jones, fourth maid Brandy Garrett, sponsored by the Friendship PTA and parents.
And let's go to Felicia now with another interview. Felicia?
Joining me now is Dr. Richard Chastain, who is a professor at UTM, and he is an official Be a Dreamer. He's going to be running for governor. We want to thank you for coming over.
Thank you, Felicia. Appreciate being here. Appreciate being in Humboldt. Great crowd today.
Sure is.
It's just right for a parade.
Definitely. So how's your campaign going so far?
Campaign's going very well, Felicia. I'm just waiting for school to get out, and so I can take some of my annual leave. And as soon as I do, I'm heading around the state of Tennessee, meeting a lot of great people.
Well, let's tell the viewers about your book that you're going to be taking with you so they'll be ready for you.
Okay, Felicia, I have a dream book, The People's Guide to the Future, and this is what I'm taking with me everywhere I go. I think a governor needs to govern for the people. I'm running as Richard Chastain as a representative for the people. And the way I can represent them is to try to do and carry out those programs that they want. A lot of times when you just meet people and shake hands with them and talk orally, you don't remember. But I have a dream book, and that way it's documented, and it'll be there, and a person can go back and look and see their name in there and say, Governor, you said this is my goal. Let's see you do it.
Well, then I'm looking forward to getting my name in that dream book so I can say, I told you to do this.
It'll hold 17,000 names. I'd like to fill it out, but when I do, I'll have it up.
Well, thank you very much for coming over.
Thank you so much, Felicia.
Enjoy this the rest of this day.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Felicia. Now, we saw a little while ago the South Fulton High School Marching Band, and now we have in sister city, the Fulton City Marching Bulldogs. 71 members in this band.
Well, that was the Fulton City Marching Bulldogs, 71 members in that band.
And as the parade goes along, the bands will continue to get larger and larger.
Now comes another float. Country Gal, USA. That's 010. You have that there, Charlie?
We have, yes, Queen Becky Crow, first maid Brandy Wiseman, second maid Stacy Curran, third maid Anne-Marie Roos, fourth maid Nikki Spain, sponsored by the Gleason School Association. Country Gals, USA.
Very, very beautiful float, and the riders are very, very beautiful. Next up, looks like C43. This is Miss Bradford Kelly Campbell, first maid Kelly Aiken, third maid Tiffany Beecham, fourth maid Stacy Aiken, and the car is sponsored by Johnny Cantrell and Macon Tracks.
And Keith, I'm looking for a number on this float, and I don't see one.
I don't either.
The Dresden Junior Miss Royalty. I can't read the folks on it, though. Queen is Miss Manfield. Miss Bennett. Unfortunately, I can't read the rest of them. Let's see if I can find it here.
Next one is Carousel of Cuties in Berryland. Queen Miss Milan High School, Amy Dawn Mitchell, first maid Hannah Shelby, second maid Lee Owens, third maid Amy Richardson, sponsored by the Milan Band and Merchants.
And there is Queen Miss Middleton, Tammy K. McMahon. And quickly coming up behind her is, I believe, that's Miss Union City, Casey Michelle Parks. And the driver is Melinda Brown, sponsored by the Union City J-Sets. Unfortunately, we don't have the court there.
Now we have another float coming up, Charlie.
The theme is early strawberry. Big round of applause as they come by. Fields, early strawberry fields.
Queen is Jessica Byron, King is Shay Davis, first maid Heather York, first page Brent Mitchell, second maid Alicia Nelson, second page Chris Burke, third maid Paige Donald, third page, Blake Hood. It's sponsored by the parents, friends, and businesses in Medina and Gibson.
Another one of the surrounding areas supporting the 56th annual Strawberry Festival Parade. And behind those folks, we have our next band. And again, as we go along the parade, the bands will be getting larger. This is a 107-member band from Southside High School in Jackson. This is the Marching Hawks, under the direction of Eric Woodall, Philip Reynolds, and Elaine Woodall. And right before the band gets started here, we're going to go ahead and go down to Felicia. Felicia?
And also a gubernatorial candidate this year. How's it going?
Things going great. Beautiful day for parade, great crowd. This is my 17th in a row, and I've enjoyed every one of them. It's always good to be in my home area of West Tennessee and see things like this in the communities. Last week over in Weakley County and all around West Tennessee.
Henry County for the fish fry, so you've made them all.
Made them all. Always try to make them all.
Well, can they expect to see you in Trenton next week at the Teapot Festival?
We're going to be in Trenton. We're going to be anywhere we can in West Tennessee. This is home area.
Well, we appreciate that, and I know it means a lot to these towns to have their representatives and their elected officials come out and support their event.
That's true. And I think that they deserve a lot of credit for what they do for their local communities, things like this, and many other things locally.
Well, I understand that since you're a gubernatorial candidate, it's going to take you all across Tennessee and not just West Tennessee. How have you found the people to be?
Well, the people, of course, I've won 3 statewide races for Public Service Commission, and I've been in every community in this state several times. And we've got a great state with a lot of great people. We got a great future here, too, in this state.
Well, we're going to take it back upstairs on that note. Say thank you for coming by. We've enjoyed it.
Thank you. Enjoy being here.
Good luck with it. Back to
And again, the Southside High School Marching Hawks. Southside Marching Hawks from Jackson, Tennessee, coming to Humboldt to play in the Strawberry Festival Parade. Good-looking band there.
Good job.
Yes.
Good job by the Southside band.
And just to preview, this is a 107-member band. Coming up, we have one with 204 members a little later on from Jackson Central Mary. Very, very nice sounding bands here today.
As mentioned before, these young ladies and men do a lot of hard work to perform like this.
Exactly right.
Sometimes maybe they don't seem to receive enough, let's say, accolades for what they accomplish. Comes another float, Charlie. Raised on country sunshine.
A lot of that country sunshine is shining down today on the folks here in Humboldt. A lot of tanning going on right now.
I'm trying to see a number on that one,
I believe that's
Charlie.
013. And this Union City, Casey Michelle Parks. No, that's
013, that's Queen Stacy Montgomery. First maid Summer Locke. Second maid Natalie Grossner. Third maid Tara King. Fourth maid Courtney Watson.
Oops. And having a little trouble reading the numbers there. This is Betsy Keel, Miss Trenton, sponsored by the Patsy Ann Shop,
And next
Wholesale Motors.
Right, now we have Greenfield Junior Miss, Queen Bethany Bills. First maid Tiffany Allen. Second maid Jessica Robinson. Third maid Brittany Bills. And the car is sponsored by Tabby Esseray.
And if a lot of these names sound familiar, it's because not only are these folks participating in this parade, but they were in Dresden last weekend, and they were in Paris the weekend before that. Springtime Splendor now. And
this is a beautiful float.
Yes, it is.
Well, the queen is Lori, and we have Casey on there, and Beth. I do not see a number, and I apologize to the parents that we do not have more information.
Yes, we are trying our hardest.
Next up is Gibson County Crime Stoppers. Driver of the car is Henry Gales, and the car is sponsored by the Crime Stoppers of Gibson County. Next up is Queen and Miss Congeniality, Casey Wagster. First maid, Grace Page. Second maid, Wendy Davis. Third maid, Autumn Baker. And the car is sponsored by Delta Auto Sales, Dyersburg, Tennessee. Here comes another float.
Iris time in Dresden from the Tennessee Iris Festival that was last week in Dresden. Hostess Princess Kimberly Hutcherson. First maid Amanda Stover, second maid Christy Cooper, and of course is sponsored by the Tennessee Iris Festival in nearby Dresden, Tennessee, up in the very northwest part of the state.
And we have another band coming up. This is the last band in the Class AA. It's the Camden High School Marching Band from Camden, Tennessee. There are 68 members in this band, and they are under the direction of Steve and Patricia Cothran.
And just before they begin, let's go to Felicia. Felicia?
You've been out here as long as
Joining me now is Mr. Walter Broussard, who is from Lewisburg.
That's correct.
All right, he's one of our gubernatorial candidates, and he's going to tell us a little bit about how it's been going for him across the state of Tennessee.
It's been just great. We've covered the state twice now, and the reception from the people is just wonderful. Of course, I love Tennesseans. My heart is in Tennessee, and I'm born and raised here and plan to spend the rest of my life here.
Now, since you're from Lewisburg, tell us about what it is you just told me.
Well, Marshall County is a small county, about 22,000 people, but we've had 3 governors from there, Horton, McCord, and Ellington. And around that area, we're known as the mother of governors, and I'm going across the state telling Tennesseans she's pregnant again.
That's a cute little anecdote, and I really like that. Now, tell me, how are you enjoying this Strawberry Festival?
Humboldt Strawberry Festival is just magnificent. The crowds are wonderful, and I tell you, the day, you couldn't have picked a better day. It's just great. This is my 3rd or 4th parade, and I sunburn and peel every time, so I'm looking forward to that.
I guess you'll be in Trenton, too, then.
I'll be in Trenton, that's right, and we'll be everywhere they're having a crowd over 4 people, I'm going to be there.
Well, that makes sense, because that's 4 votes, and you don't want to miss out on 4 votes, 4 votes, 4 votes.
That's exactly right.
All right, we want to thank you for stopping by and saying hello. Wish you much luck at what you do. Continued success.
Invite me back next year. I'd love to come.
All right, come back next year. I'm not from Humboldt, but we want to see you.
Thanks very much.
All right, thank you. Going back to Keith and to Charlie.
Here we have the Camden High School Marching Band. Charlie, let you and I be quiet for a while, and we'll listen to them.
Will do, Keith. You see the flag corps there from the Camden High School Marching Band under the direction of Steve and Patricia Cothran. And Keith, I believe we just interviewed Mr. Broussard there, and I believe he has one of the more creative mottos.
Yes, I kind of chuckled at that when made the comment, the mother is pregnant again. Is that
right,
it?
from Marshall County.
I'd like to mention one thing, that the street dance that was held Wednesday night at the A&M Enterprises parking lot. I want to make sure that people are aware that Z105 with Darrell Boyd, 1 and 2, have always sponsored that. We're very grateful for that. We want to thank Randy Shaver for heading that street dance up again for about the 5th or 6th year in a row. It always turns out to be a fine event.
Yeah, we just got by with the Tiny Tots there. I'm going to quickly read them. Queen, Debbie Gailey, King Hunter Gurley, first maid Keely Williams, first page Cohen Medling, second Haley McAllister, second page Cass Williams, third maid Amber Fortner, third page Jonathan Dethoff, Queen Mallory Robinson, King Dustin Yarborough, first maid Kelsey McDonald, first page Jake McAllister, and second maid Brittany Morgan, second page Kadeem Brent. And now we can catch up.
Now we have C16, Miss Newbern, Heather Lynn Scarborough,
First maid Lori Davis, second maid Susan McCullum, third maid Christy Baker, and the car is sponsored by Sims Cars. Then we have C51.
Yes, the Miss Teapot Queen, Deshawn DeVinny. First maid, Tina Harville. Second maid, Lee Owens. Third maid, Kimberly Buford. And fourth maid, Dawn Ham.
Well, we have some more beauty queens here. We have Market Street Antique Mall.
Nice float there with a lot of pretty young ladies. I believe that's 028.
Okay.
And
that's a market. According to this, right. The queen on this float is Beth Clark. First maid Danielle Mooney. Second maid Casey Owens. Third maid Tanya Swanson. Fourth maid Farrah Hosford, with Megan Hutchinson, 6 years old, from McKinsey, Tennessee, and is sponsored by the Market Street Antique Mall.
Okay, and the red convertible that you just saw, that's Miss Obion County Central Queen Lindsay Elena Harrison. First maid Paula Buckner. Second, Kaya Pierce. Third maid Deanna Urstry. And
just went by was Miss West Tennessee and Carroll County Fairest of the Fair, Christy Sturtevant. Car is sponsored by HIS of Brewston, Tennessee.
And now we have the Tennessee Forest Festival with the riders junior PGT Brooke McKenzie, Julie Harriman, and Aaron Walters. And we also have the senior Tiffany Powell, sponsored by the Tennessee Forest Festival.
Out of Bolivar, Tennessee. Now we have Miss April.
It was St. Patrick's Day, I believe.
Right.
Penny Perry and Miss April is Charlotte Wolf. First maid Julia Forbes. Second maid Christy Giles. And we also have Miss April Jamie Berry.
Well, we have another gap here as we're getting ready for the... and Felicia has somebody else to talk to. Felicia, take it away.
Joining me now is Mr. Chuck Stobart, who is the head coach for the football program down at Memphis State.
Right.
All right.
It's my pleasure being here. Nice meeting you.
It's nice having you to stop by. How have you enjoyed this Strawberry Festival so far?
Well, I really enjoy it very much. This is my second time I've been able to come last year, and they picked a nice hot day for it. I like to come here because this is a part of the country that obviously at Memphis State University we're very interested in. We'd like to get every great football player and basketball player and member of the band.
Well, we're all for that. We got some great people up here in West Tennessee that you need to come up here and tap on the shoulder to come on down and play.
We've been doing that. We've been tapping. We don't get all of them we would like to get, but we still keep tapping.
Well, that's all right, because we don't want you to take them all from UTM either.
Oh, yes, we do. Yeah, we
Oh, no, we don't now. Well, all right. Now, then, what can we expect from the Memphis State football squad next year?
You know, last year we had our first winning season in about 4 or 5, and we have a lot of really outstanding football players coming back. We're looking forward to a very, very exciting year. We're looking very forward to our schedule. We think we have a great schedule, starting with Mississippi State down in Starkville and finishing with Miami of Florida down in Miami of Florida, down the Orange Bowl. So, you know, we're going to play in a bowl game next year one way or the other, because we are going to be in the Orange Bowl in the last Saturday of November. And, you know, if Miami can have a great year, then maybe we can play them down there for the national championship.
I like that idea. He's got his Tigers on his tie. With that, we're going to talk and take a listen to the Northside Band from Jacksonville. Back up to Keith and Charlie. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Felicia. And again, we're about to listen to the Northside Band, the Northside Marching Indians from Jackson. Bill Watson and Howard Ramsey, the directors. And we'll listen and enjoy.
And there's 128 members in this band, Charlie.
Large band. Riverside Marching Indians playing their best.
Good job. Good
Yes.
job. We have another float coming up, Charlie. When our ship comes in.
And I'm still waiting on mine.
When my ship comes in, it's gold and silver. The riders on the float are Queen Brandy McDaniel, first maid Sarah Cheney, second maid Christy Kesterson, third maid Crystal Caps, fourth maid Mandy Barker. Sponsored by WSW and Sharon Boosters.
Sharon, Miss Junior Royalty. Sharon. Pretty float there. Pretty faces there, too.
Yes.
My ship comes in. Our ship comes in.
Next up is Miss Junior Union City, I think it is. Queen is Alicia Farmer. First maid is Jana Moore. Second maid Julia Smith. And the alternate is Bridget Davis. The car is sponsored by Lisa Dick.
And there you see Summer Middle School Court, Junior Miss Queen Sally Simpson, first maid Shauna Sanders, second maid Jennifer Shannon, and third Kristen Shelton, excuse me. And another one of our pretty floats.
Yes.
I believe it's 01.
Yes, it's 01, Springtime Fantasy. Flower Garden. The riders on the float are Miss Gibson, EMC, Claire Chandler. Claire is from Humboldt. First maid Paige Burcham, second maid Jody Watson. Sponsored by Gibson Electric Membership Cooperation.
And there you're seeing Miss Dogwood, Julie Rogers, first maid Amy Gibson, second maid Jenny Jernigan. Car sponsored by the Dyer County Dogwood Festival.
The last float that went through with Claire Chandler. Claire is a past hostess princess for this festival.
Is that right? Now we have the West Tennessee Teen Miss, Queen Stacy
Cochran.
Join the parade. A lot of pageant representatives here today.
We have a float now. It looks like a jukebox in the background.
It's my time to party. It's my party. Theme of this float.
This float, it's my party. It's black and white, red and silver. The riders on the float are Queen Carrie Carter, second maid Bridget Ward, and Lisa Click. First alternate Randy Blow, second alternate Jamie Williams. Sponsored by the West Carroll High School.
And there you have the Queen Miss Paris Town and Country, Velvet Cantrell, with Winter Hodges driving.
Coming up now, we have the Marching Patriots of Henry County out of Paris, Tennessee. There are 127 members in this band, and they are under the direction of Martin Pascal and Chuck Haney.
And I believe Felicia has someone to speak with again. Felicia?
Joining me now is U.S. Senator Harlan Matthews. He's very new on the job, so we want to congratulate you on your position.
Felicia, thank you for letting me be with you here today.
Well, we appreciate you taking time to come over here and stand in this hot sun and wait to do this interview.
Who doesn't come to Humboldt for Strawberry Festival? It's the thing you've got to do.
Apparently so, because they have come from Memphis, from Washington, D.C., from Oak Ridge, Tennessee. You name it, they have come to this Strawberry Festival.
There are two things that people all over this country are crazy about. One of them is country, Tennessee country ham. The other one is Tennessee, Humboldt, strawberry.
That is just possibly true, because they're estimating anywhere from 125 to 200,000 people here today. That's a lot of people.
There are a lot of people here. You're right, and it wouldn't surprise me if there's that many here.
Well, I want to thank you for taking time and coming and talk to us. We really appreciate it, and I want to wish you continued success in Washington.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Been the best of you.
And thank you, Felicia. Thank you, Felicia. And this, again, is the Marching Patriots of Henry County. Let's listen and enjoy. Marching Patriots of Henry County putting on a great show there for everyone in attendance here. And I will be glad to hear the final estimate on how many people are attending today. I've heard anywhere from 80,000 up to, again, just then they said 200,000.
Well, it'd be nice if you had 200,000. I think that's way high, but I'm pretty sure there's at least 100,000.
Yeah, I would definitely say at least
the weather's
100.
great. Just look at the crowd that we can see, and we're up here in the air. And
as far as the eye can see, it's a sea of people.
But I'll reiterate what a lot of people have said so far. We couldn't have asked for better weather. I mean,
no, we absolutely couldn't.
And you and I will end up looking like lobsters, I think, when we're done.
That's right.
Here comes a beautiful float again. It's 017, Southern Country Tradition. Yeah, the queen is Stacy Stanfield. First maid is Sarah Ingram. Second maid, Fair Chandler. Third maid, Jill Kilburn. Fourth maid, Penny Berry. It's sponsored by the Gibson County Fair.
And behind the float, in the LeBaron convertible, we have the Newbern Junior High Queen, Brandy Jones. First maid, Jenny McDonough. Second maid, Lee Ann Folks. Third maid, Jennifer Kimbrough. And the driver is Debbie Stewart, the Newbern Junior High royalty.
And right behind that car, we have the Crockett County Junior Miss, Kristen Worrell.
Again, a great day for a convertible or a boat.
Next float here is Chester County.
Chester County barbecue and a shake is the theme.
And we do not see a number. And following that float, we have McNary Central Princess.
And I believe that's Mandy Leanne Brooke.
Right. And then we have Southern Charm Mini National Overall Queen.
Christina Shea Burris. And Southern Charm Mini National Supreme Queen, Peggy Sue Davis. Sponsored by Wooten Chevrolet. And let's take it down again to Felicia for another interview with someone you'll probably be familiar with.
Check it out. Oh, we're on. I'm sorry about that. Joining me now is Mr. T.G. Shepherd. Oh, and we've been caught. But that's all right. We want to thank you for coming out and saying hello to us.
That's good to be here on the asphalt where it's so warm.
Extremely warm. I told him my feet are getting hot and got canvas shoes on. No good, is it?
Well, I'll tell you, it's going to cool down after a while. We're going to get out of here, I guess, and go over to my mom's house and have lunch. You want to go, you can.
Hey, I might not turn down this invitation. Rafferty's does sound pretty good, though. You might ought to go with us.
Well, I like their salad.
They're great down there. Now, we have to explain to these people why TG is wearing this Branson shirt here in the heart of West Tennessee, who is a major Nashville supporter.
Because I'll be in Branson in concert tomorrow. I work 40 days a year in Branson at Roy Clark's, so I have kind of a connection there. I have more of a connection with Tennessee, of course, Humboldt being my hometown.
That's right.
I live in Gatlinburg, and I have an office in Nashville, so I'm all over the state.
And anywhere we choose to come to, we can get you. But I want you to say on air that he's going to give us an interview, aren't you, TG?
Yes, I will. Yes, you come up to, and it gives you an excuse to get a chance to come up to Gatlinburg for a couple of days.
Don't you know I love it? I hope my boss is listening. We're going to Gatlinburg. We're going to do lifestyles of TG Shepherd.
Well, we just did that with Robin Leach about a year ago at the house up there, so you'll be next.
Trust me, I'll do better than Robin Leach.
I got a feeling you will.
Well, we won't make you sing a cappella, but we're going to have to keep talking because that band is way down the street. What have you done since you've been here?
I've about cooked. No, I was visiting with Governor Ned Ray McWhorter.
Okay.
Dear friend, and I was visiting with our future governor of the state, Bill Morris.
Oh, I see this Bill Morris. You better be careful now because there are many gubernatorial candidates here today.
That's fine, but I go back so far with Bill, about 25 years, and I don't really play party favorites. I'm not really a Republican or a Democrat or whatever. I am just into people, and I go for the person that I think is the person that will lead the state and do the best for us, and I feel strongly about that. But I'm here to visit with friends and visit with my mother, and my sister and niece are here today, and so as I say, we go over. I come home every 6 or 8 months just to eat, just to have one country meal, you know?
I understand.
Vittles. So the country spread will be on the table here in a couple hours after the parade. So.
And TG's going to throw down.
Boy, you can believe that. God, that's why I wore a large shirt so I can get into it when I leave town.
You'll be comfortable, and nobody will ever be any the wiser. Now, will they?
No, I'm telling you. No, but I mean, I love barbecue. I love potato salad, and I love strawberries. My mother was pregnant when she was craving strawberries, so I've always loved them.
Was it you?
Yeah, it was me.
Oh, okay.
So I really and truly, it's always good to come home and get a chance to visit with old school friends. And I went to school. Right behind us is my first day of elementary school was in that building right there. Just, 11 years ago.
Wow.
And it's amazing.
It is amazing. Now, before you run off, you tell us a little bit about what you're going to Los Angeles for so the viewers will know where they can find you.
Los Angeles next week I'm involved with the scoring of a new motion picture starring Amy Irving. It's called Calamity. I signed the contract yesterday, so I'll be up there doing a couple of songs in the new movie next week.
Well, we'll look forward to hearing more big things from TJ.
I'll see you at the house in Gatlinburg.
I can't wait. I don't know if the band is close enough or not, but I believe TG and I have things we need to talk about in private, so we're going to take it back upstairs to Charlie and to Keith. You got to get out of here. Thank you.
Thank you, Felicia and TG. Again, a country music singer with whom many of you are familiar again. And thank you, TG, for the time, and I hope he's enjoying the parade again. This is his hometown. Humboldt is his hometown.
Yes, we're always glad to have TG come back.
Yes.
Coming up now, we have the Gibson County Marching Pioneers. There are 130 members in this band, and they are under the direction of Gil and Leah Jean Rollins. Boy, they were way down on this.
And there was a little gap there, and TG and Felicia did a good job of filling the time. And he seems to be a busy person these days with all of the, again, with all his dates in Branson, and with his score he'll be doing in L.A. with the movie. And as he said, signed the contract yesterday. Another one of Humboldt's successes.
I've been
Successful people.
Been sitting up here looking at the reviewing stand here, and I think Gary Caraway and Mike Hawks and John Hale have done a good job this year on that reviewing stand, getting the dignitaries in, sitting down, then they leave to go back and have a Coke or that, and it's up and down them steps.
And it's everyone who's been involved with the festival, the 56th Annual Strawberry Festival, deserves a hand of recognition and a hand of praise, if you will, because it's just been a great festival, and as I understand it, pretty much has gone off without a hitch through all the activities, and the parade is just one of the many, many activities that goes along with the Strawberry Festival parade, or Strawberry Festival.
Well, there's been only one thing that's had to be changed so far this week, was the opening ceremonies. Was handled inside this year at the high school gymnasium because it had rained all day, but was able to have the fireworks that evening. Everything else I know is run according to plan. I know that makes Danny Smith and Bill Blankenship and their wives very happy.
And the folks that'll be working with the festival next year, I'm sure, are looking forward to it. And we're so closely working with this one, I'm sure they're going to have a great time next year. So if you weren't able to come down to Humboldt this year for the 56th, come down for the 57th next year. And we'll let you listen now to the great sounds of the Gibson County Marching Pioneers. County Marching Pioneers under the direction of Gil Robbins and Lee Gene Rollins.
They did a good job. We just waited a while for them to come up.
And it was worth the wait.
Yes, it was.
Great job. A lot of folks standing in ovation.
I'm looking at this band list here, Charlie, and there's only 2 bands left for this parade.
We're now
so we know we're getting close to the end of this 56th annual West Tennessee Strawberry Festival Parade.
And I believe the largest band is yet to come.
They should be next. Here's a float from the Paris Fish Fry, world's biggest fish fry, Paris, Tennessee.
Had a lot of fun out there 2 weeks ago.
That's that. They had beautiful weather for their parade also.
That's right.
And they turned it around this year and went the opposite way, which seemed a little funny to me, but it went off very well, like it always does.
And we have the Hostess Princess, Mary Grace Morris, first maid Stephanie Jo Shirk, second maid Amy Hanna, third maid Amy Thompson, fourth Shannon Prince, and of course sponsored by the world's biggest fish fry in Paris, Tennessee, in Henry County.
Them are very beautiful dresses the girls have on. A lot of color, very nice.
Yes.
Right behind them is the Q102 WZDQ van.
Yes, the folks from the world's biggest fish fry were telling me the other day that they had a very, very good week of activities over there in Paris, and they had one of the most successful fish fries they've had. So looking forward to next year's, and a lot of good folks and a lot of good cooking out there.
Love that catfish.
A lot of catfish. As you said, there's the Q102 van from WZDQ.
And right behind the Q102 van is a float Homegrown Beauties. We'll go down to Felicia here right now. She has somebody else to interview.
I got to put it right here in the middle of your...
Joining me now is the Shelby County Mayor, Mr. Bill Morris. He's pinning a little old sheriff's pin on me. I'm getting some good stuff down here, folks. I wish you could have joined me. Thank you for stopping.
I'm going to make you an honorary sheriff of the entire West Tennessee community. That's what they asked me to do.
Watch out, people. I'm out to get you now. We want to thank you for it. I like being a sheriff. Watch out, Katrina. I'm on you, girl. How are you enjoying yourself?
I've had one of the best times today I can recall ever having. This is my first time, actually, to come to the Strawberry Festival, but I was so surprised to see so many people, and you know, they never get tired. They say stay and stay and stay and stay, and this is a wonderful tradition for Humboldt and all of the entire area. It says something about Tennessee as well.
It's phenomenal. Do you have anything like this in Shelby County?
Well, we don't have a Strawberry Festival. We have Memphis in May, which is kind of a nice deal, and a big barbecue festival. And on the 21st and 22nd, it's going to be kind of nice all over the river down on the Riverside Drive. We're going to have about 150 to 200,000 people. We're going to be cooking barbecue, and we certainly want to invite everybody.
Does that mean I can come?
You certainly can, and you can be my special guest.
I've got an invitation, Dr. B. I hope you're watching. I'm going down to Memphis. I'm going to be all over Tennessee before this is done with.
And I'll tell you something else. Bill Street is going to be alive and well. We're going to have music from one end to the other every day. And, of course, in the Sunset Symphony, and we on and on and on. We're honoring Russia this year.
That's great.
And of course, we have a great Napoleon exhibit. It's at our convention center right now. Lots going on in Memphis, but nothing more exciting than being here in Humboldt.
Well, we want to thank you for stopping by and talking to us, and we want to let them know that you are running for governor and that you will be coming to their hometown at some given point in time.
You can be certain of that.
All right.
Thank you very much. Enjoyed being with you.
All right. Thank you. Going back up to Keith and to Charlie.
We have Homegrown Beauties going by at Miss Huntington, Kelly Morris, first maid Jennifer Newsom, second maid Mary Beth Dill, third maid Marquette Hunt, junior miss Mindy Beth Dill, first maid Jenny Lensinger, second maid Shannon Bush, third maid Andrea Perry, and it's sponsored by the Huntington PTO.
And now we have the Southern Strawberry Days. Miss Ripley, Stacy Garrett, first maid Angie Morris, second maid Anne-Marie Meacham, first alternate Fran Edwards, second alternate Curry Chisholm, junior maid Andrew Kreiner, Queen Kendra Parham, Prince Tucker Herndon, Princess Courtney Casey, page Jeffrey Northcott, maid Chrissy Burnham, and again is sponsored by the Harriet Land Ripley High School Choir.
Next, right behind that was the Kicks 96 van. Right behind the van is a beautiful Eldorado convertible. And coming up, we have a black Cadillac limousine. I I wouldn't mind having that. It's got Wolf on the front. That might be the Wolf man from Jackson.
I believe it is.
Then we have a, would you call that pink? Would you call that a pink Cadillac?
I think it's safe to say that.
And
pink Cadillac. And a bright one it is.
That's also with Kicks 96. And what I did. Let's put it this way. I think that's a sharp car, but I don't know if I'd want a pink Cadillac, but it sure is sharp.
It is.
Next up is the Jackson Central Mary High School Marching Band out of Jackson. This is the biggest band we have today, Charlie. There are 204 members in this marching Cougar band, and they are under the direction of Brian Ford and Karen Henning.
And they will fill the streets with sound as they get ready to begin.
We definitely want to listen to this band. I just want to make a comment. I just happened to see a fine young man from Jackson, Tennessee come by and holler at me. Darren Salee, he's a senior at Jackson Northside and be going to the University of Missouri next year. And I just wanted to make a comment. I wish him well. Do a good job, Darren.
That's right. And I believe Felicia has another interview for us. Felicia?
Joining me now is Jennifer Hargett, who is the territorial queen for this year's festivities. Jennifer, are you having a good time?
Oh, yeah, I'm having a real good time.
Are you worn out?
Yeah, I'm kind of tired. The sun's kind of drained me.
And what's so bad is after this, you still won't be finished, will you?
No, I have to go to the junior pageant tonight, and then the big pageant tomorrow night.
Okay, and then now your mom tells me that you've got another big pageant coming up. Let's tell them about it.
Well, it's the Miss Tennessee pageant.
All right. And who are you going to be there?
I'm Miss Liberty Land.
So you're just Miss Everybody, and I guess it pays to be beautiful, doesn't it?
I guess so.
Well, are you enjoying your reign as the territorial queen?
Yes, it's been a fun year.
Well, great, then. We're going to let you go because this band is getting cranked up, but I want to thank you for stopping by and talking to me.
Thank you.
All right, enjoy the rest of your time. Back up to Charlie and Keith.
Thank you, Felicia. And now, the Jackson Central Mary High School Marching Band, the Marching Cougars, are getting cranked up. We'll let you listen. Wow. The Jackson Central Mary Marching Cougars from Jackson.
Very good job.
Yes.
Big band, big band.
204 members under the direction of Brian Ford and Karen Henning.
Well, Charlie, I'm looking down, and I can see the end of the parade coming. We have one more band left.
We're coming
and
close
about
to
four
the...
floats, and still have a few cars left.
That's right.
Here comes a Miata convertible.
A lot of pretty faces there. Pretty young ladies.
Miss Teen Dyer and Court.
And we have...
That's Kansas Lynn Byrne. First maid is Andrea Blackburn. Second maid, Bethany Pascal. Third maid, Ashley Hollingsworth. Fourth maid, Melinda Latch. And the car is sponsored by Tim Barron Mazda of Memphis.
And we have, I believe that's H15, the Very Magical, and we have Joshua Mayberry, Timothy Adams, Erica Fly, Sam Fly, Ruben Fly, and sponsored by the Humboldt Fish Market. And then we have some mini trucks going by here, of course, very popular these days with the, let's see if I can, very popular to customize. Senior Citizens Open Door, Senior Centers Open Door.
And it's sponsored by the Tennessee State Home Health Care out of Trenton, Tennessee. Coming up now, the last band of the parade this year, it's the Milan High School Band and Guard, 97 members. They are under the direction of Janie and Pete Evans and Todd Hill, and Milan, very happy to have Milan here like they always are, and Milan, as mentioned, is the Spotlight community this year, and this band has received numerous awards. Just recently, they won first in their class at the Paris Fish Fry with the best drum major overall and the sweepstakes trophy.
And I believe Felicia's ready. Felicia?
Joining me now is Miss Kay Hockett, who is a resident of Jackson, and you just stopped by to see this festival, didn't you?
Right, just stopped by to enjoy this beautiful parade.
Have you been before?
Yes, I've been to several of them. Beautiful, beautiful day. We're just really enjoying it.
Well, now, I must tell the viewers that Kay and I go back a long, long way. You're a hometown girl from South Fulton originally.
South Fulton, Tennessee.
And we never had any idea that Kay would follow in her father's footsteps and become a construction person, but she has her own construction business down in Jackson. How's that going?
That's right, doing great. We're in general construction. We focus in on all phases of construction, just really enjoying it. Family business.
Do you go outside of Jackson, or you just stay in there?
We go outside of Jackson. We work within about a 100-mile radius.
Well, that's good. You could come on up home then.
That's right.
All right, then. Well, Kay, we want to thank you for stopping by and saying hello, and it's good to see you after all this.
Thank you, Felicia.
Thank you. Here's the Milan High School Band. Under the direction of James, commonly known as Pete Evans, and his wife Janie, and Todd Hill.
For this year's, Milan is, of course, the spotlight community for this year's Strawberry Festival, and I believe this is the second year you've spotlighted communities?
Yes, last year was the first, and Trenton, Tennessee was the first one, and Milan this year. That was the last band, and coming up we have the Jackson-Madison County General Hospital float.
The hospital that serves all of West Tennessee from north to south.
Riders on this float are 6 children, and sponsored, of course, by the Jackson-Madison County General Hospital.
Helping a lot of folks here in West Tennessee. And behind the float
is a red probe, but I see no number on that, Charlie.
I believe it's Junior Miss South Fulton, Queen Christy Brown, Jamie Moss, and Leah House. also have Amanda Roth, I think that is.
Boy, them young eyes, Charlie. I'm glad you can see
Well,
that.
I'm sorry, Amanda Boyd. It's Amanda Boyd talking about young eyes.
Next is Fantasy in Berryland. Riders on the Florida Queen, Miss Buford Pusser Festival. It's the queen of the Miss Buford Pusser Festival, Heather Ann Moffat, first maid Rhonda Rogers, and is sponsored by the Adamsville Business.
And we wrap up, of course, with the emergency vehicles from around Humboldt and the surrounding counties, the Tennessee Highway Patrol as well.
The 56th annual West Tennessee Strawberry Festival is history, Charlie.
But it was a great time. The parade is over. We still have some activities tonight and into the weekend, being this is Friday.
You and I are cooked, but I want to make a comment. Thank the good Lord for this good weather, and went off great. And once again, I'd like to make a comment about our festival honoree this year, Mr. Ralph Jones. And, great, fine family for the city of Humboldt, and we're real happy for that.
Thanks to everyone who helped make this Strawberry Festival and the Strawberry Festival Parade possible. Again, a lot of folks who never get recognized, putting in a lot of man hours and a lot of time to the parade and the festival, and for all the thousands and thousands of, I'll be interested to hear just how many people turned out.
Oh, we will hear different estimates, but now the parade's over with. The governor's luncheon will be going on very shortly, and then the dedication of the new armory. And once again, I want to thank WLJT for having me again this year, and Charlie, it's a pleasure working with you, and got a chance to meet you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for helping us, and hopefully you'll help out next year.
Well, if I'm
ask.
fortunate enough to be asked, I'll do it.
Okay.
Good Lord willing.
Thanks a lot, Keith. Again, if you missed the 56th annual Strawberry Festival here in Humboldt, there's always the 57th coming up next year. Have a great evening, everyone.
Don't care where I might be, there's only one place for me. Don't care where I might roam, there's only one place in this world I can call my home, under beautiful, beautiful blue Tennessee sky. Tennessee sky. From Nashville's country tunes down Memphis, where they play the bluest of blues. Tune your fiddle up, I wanna hear good old Rocky Top under beautiful, beautiful blue Tennessee skies. Beautiful, beautiful blue Tennessee skies. Don't care where I might roam the earth, from Alaska to Hawaiian Sea. There's no place on this earth like the skies of my Tennessee. Beautiful, beautiful blue Tennessee skies. Beautiful, beautiful Tennessee skies, Tennessee skies, Tennessee skies, oh, the skies, Tennessee skies. Don't care where I might be, there's only one place for me. Don't care where I might roam, there's only one place in this world I can call my home, under beautiful, beautiful blue Tennessee sky. Beautiful blue Tennessee sky.
And now, WLJT-TV concludes another day's service to West Tennessee. WLJT-TV operates on Channel 11 with an assigned frequency of 198 to 204 megahertz and a maximum power of 316,000 watts visual and 63,000 watts aural, as assigned by the Federal Communications Commission in Washington, D.C. The transmitter for Channel 11 is located near Lexington, Tennessee. Offices and studios are on the campus of the University of Tennessee at Martin. Program service is relayed by microwave stations KBW 79 and KBW 80. WLJT-TV is licensed to the West Tennessee Public Television Council, Incorporated, and is a member of the Tennessee Educational Television Network. Good evening.